Shut up and sit down.
Oh, welcome to Chick Chat Comedy Podcast. We're live from Comic Strip Live today. I'm here with the most beautiful and fabulous co-host you could ever have, Carrie Karavis, the Greek beauty.
Welcome, Patty.
Thank you, darling. And we have we have a special guest today. The very handsome. I love that you wore a button-down shirt for us, too.
I showered. I would have shaved. I didn't know. I forgot we were going
oh, my God. I can't
Live,
even tell that you didn't shave. You must not be that hairy. Okay.
I'm not that hairy, really.
Vic Henley.
Yay.
And may I also say my favorite thing about you is that you have gray hair.
I've had gray hair. It started when I was 17.
17.
I love it.
I got this little skunk patch when I was like in the 11th grade, and it just kept going. My mom and dad were also very prematurely.
But Carrie, your sound is on.
That's a lack of. Oh, I'm sorry.
I can hear ourselves.
You guys do this every week?
But every other comic dyes their hair.
Oh, God, you can't do that.
They do.
I'm not a jewelry guy. I'm not a tattoo guy. I'm not an accessory guy.
I'm glad you
just
don't.
I'm saying you just go with whatever God gave you, if there is a God.
Very nice. I love
there is a God.
You just go with this.
Carrie's very religious.
You know.
I'm not very religious, but there's a God.
Okay.
Okay, speaking of...
What's her name?
Carrie.
I'll give you the right lead in.
All right, we have to always ask Carrie how her week went.
Okay.
She's usually got something.
How'd your week go?
My week. Here's what happened. I went on a diet a couple months ago, and I had it Facebook Lived, and I was going every day, going down, going down, and it was working. I went down to 150.
Okay.
What were you?
170.
But you lost 20-something.
I was 170. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
20 pounds.
So then
fabulous.
but it's a way of. Look, this is the thing. This is what I was trying to say to everybody. When you used to have a lot of attention from men and now you get none, really affects you.
Okay.
Well, see, you're still at the point where it's upsetting you. See, for me, it's been so long since I'm older than you.
No, you get eyes.
Never.
Listen.
Never.
You know what hooks on me? You know what, like, tries to pick me up? The other day I was doing scratch-offs, and I had a fucking 90-year-old man going, hey, man, you could have fun. I'm like, listen, sir.
That's who likes us now.
How much fucking medication do you have to take to give me a good time, you old, crusted fucking 90-year-old?
Old men love us. Not all of them. A lot of them want the younger
on.
girls. Younger than you, Carrie.
So that was my week. I can't find a dress, and the wedding's in 2 weeks.
You sound like my mom. My niece is getting married in 3 weeks, and my mom, we were not going to go to the rehearsal dinner, and then my niece changed her mind and wanted us both to come.
Where is that? Down where
in
you're
Alabama,
from? Alabama.
Down in Alabama.
Where all those
and,
racists
lovely
live.
Oxford, Alabama, absolutely. At the cornerstone of prejudice and ignorance.
Exactly. Go.
So,
no, are they not? Are they?
Yes, Alabama.
Oh, if you want to get into this now, I was going to go outfit
we'll
for
wait.
the wedding.
Oh, no, go ahead with the outfit for the wedding.
It's really because my mom is picky, and she's 83. And
but your mom's real good looking.
She's a style maven. She was in
yeah.
retail for 35 years. She was the lady you saw standing there in front running all the cosmetics counters, you know.
Right.
And then she was merchandise manager by the time she retired. She was over all the buyers. So the men's department, everything had her print on it that was in the store back in the day.
That's great.
And she loves telling everybody that within a month of her retirement, they closed.
Really?
They totally did.
Wow.
They're part of the belt
they
chain,
crumbled
which is a
because
chain
of
down
her,
south like Dillard's. But that's her. They just coincidentally.
But do you see how old is she?
83.
Okay, 83. Like my mother's in I think 80 now. And I was doing her hair the other day, and she's yelling at me, "Do it to the side! Do it to the side!"
Yeah.
Like I was putting it back a little, but it wasn't even. It's like not a big deal. And the way I was doing it was good. And no matter how old you are, you're still vain.
Oh, God, yeah, and this is what's bothering her. When they threw in the rehearsal dinner, my niece kept flip-flopping on, we need you to come, Nanny, I need you to come. No, Nanny, no, you don't have to, blah, blah, blah. And then she keeps going, I just wish she'd let me know I need to get another damn outfit.
Right.
And she doesn't like going to, and you can't get it. They don't go in the dressing room with you anymore like we used to do back in the day. I could step out, and I'm helping my customer when she get out, now we can't, I just got to get in there, and I'm wearing a back brace, and I don't feel good.
I can't zipper it up myself.
Right, and she was so mad. And then this was 9 weeks ago when this complaining started. And I'm like, you've got 9 weeks. And she goes, well, when you feel bad half the time, then I've only got 4.5 weeks.
The good thing about dressing rooms is that there is no attendance ever. And then when you're in there, right, there's about 1 million different outfits. So I end up shopping in the dressing room because there's so many fucking outfits.
I put them on right at the thing. That's what I do because nobody will help you. Like if you stick your head out, can you get me a different size?
No.
Remember in the old days?
Yes.
They would come and they go, may I help you? And it would be almost annoying because they wouldn't stop helping you and like, leave me alone. But now you're at, well, I go to Marshall's. I go to the high-end stores.
Sure.
Nobody helps you. Macy's too. You can't even
helps you.
find someone to help you.
If anything, they're aggravated with you that you're asking a question.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it's really bad to go swimsuit shopping with your daughters when they were teenagers. It was very disturbing. They'd come out, how does this look? They're like sexy, boobs up, little flat stomachs. You put on your bathing suit, and it's a one piece, and I still look like an egg with fucking toothpicks hanging out the bottom. And I remember I turned around. My daughter goes, "Turn around, let me see." Turn around, and I turn around, and there's my ass in the back, but like because it's fallen. See, you saw your ass. A piece of the ass, the flap is underneath where the bathing suit,
Sure.
So it's like an ass flap hanging down, and I'm like, want to cry. I'm like, I hate this. I look
You gotta
horrible.
get duct tape.
I know. My daughter goes, Mom, wait a minute, and she just takes her finger and
fix
pokes the fat ass flap back into the bathing suit.
But you're not fat.
No, it's flabby skin.
Right.
It's horrible.
Or when you come out with the bathing suit on, and your daughter goes, "Where's your belly button?" Because it's gone so far down.
Right.
Can I just say something about your voice as I'm listening to you? I don't even care what you say, but your accent fucking kills me because it's very Gomer Pyle. I remember Gomer Pyle.
Yeah.
Like,
He's from 20 miles away. From
is he
where I'm
really?
from. Yes, he is.
Oh my God, that's
Absolutely.
what I totally
People
recognize.
used to hear him singing as a teenage boy on the front porch. They knew he was gifted back in the day.
He
Did
was
you
gifted,
didn't
all
know?
right.
Yeah.
No, he's way older than me.
Did you ever
Didn't
meet
he
him or
die?
know
No,
him?
never knew, not one ounce.
He's
Didn't
gay,
he die?
right? Gomer
Oh,
Pyle?
super gay. Lives
Super-
in Hawaii. Retired.
Oh, well,
I think
he's
he died.
he's
Jim Neighbors.
dead, isn't he?
No, did Jim Neighbors die?
Did
I
he
don't
die?
think so. I think he's retired and lives in.
Really?
Has lived in Hawaii forever.
With he got a boyfriend
I'm
or what?
sure. Yeah, he's probably on.
What
his,
do you think?
You know.
Gays live it up.
Wait, did I?
We're the only ones that don't want to get laid.
We haven't said on our podcast because we did it on Kevin's, but Kevin's not. We didn't get to run that one. My ex-husband, who you know, just got
absolutely.
married
To another.
to a man.
Right.
Yes.
Here in New York State. Where it's
yes,
legal?
he did. They
All right.
yes, they
Big party?
eloped.
Oh,
no,
they eloped.
no one was
and
invited.
Patty's still waiting.
I eloped, but I
After
eloped.
15 years.
I eloped twice. Both times I got married twice.
You
I
eloped
sort
both
of
those
eloped
times?
both times. Yeah.
Was it like a last minute kind of?
The first one, we were going up to. I lived in L.A. and I'd been with my then girlfriend for about 3 years, and we were going up to Carmel and wine country to meet my roommate and his girlfriend, just to have a getaway weekend. And about 2 or 3 days before, like the Tuesday or Wednesday before meeting them on Friday, I was just packing clothes, and we were talking about the trip, and I'm like, you know what? Well, we ought to get married while we're up there.
God.
Blindsided her. She'd never considered
Who
it.
is this, Robin?
This is Robin, yes.
That's
Her
why
name was
you're
Robin
divorced
Williams.
now.
I'm a comedian, and I married my first wife's name was Robin Williams.
So wait a minute. So was she like okay, or you had to talk her into it?
No, she was already.
She
leaning.
thought he was going to hit it big.
She'd been putting the pressure on me for a little
Oh,
bit.
she
anyway.
had.
A little bit of leaning. We've been together about 3 years. I'm 30. At the time, and all my friends are married. So she's giving me the old, everybody's married. I moved across country with you, and I'm like, I moved across country with you too.
Where was Robin from?
Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So she's
So
Southern
she had
too.
a little bit of a
I met her here in New York.
Not
though.
as thick.
Not
as
like
I met her here in New York, though. So yeah.
She was a writer, right?
Yes, absolutely. She wrote a book.
She had a
some sort of
career.
book. She
Some
worked.
book?
Yeah, she wrote. I know. I don't want to give her the plug.
You don't want to give her the plug.
Go get the book. It's a really good one. How to get away from the southern motherfucker.
Yeah, you can't find it. A small publishing company published.
Was it a novel?
No, it was a showbiz book about like a trashy beach read, which she planned it to be a very light, funny. She worked for Roseanne for about a year as her personal assistant.
I wonder,
Wow.
did Eric know her? Because Eric worked for.
I don't know. If
Oh
it was
no,
around
Roseanne. I'm thinking of the other.
So she
that one.
worked for her, and so she wrote a book about. It's like Swimming with Sharks, which was about the assistant, the director.
That was great, that
yeah.
movie.
So the agent is so awful, and he's terrible to everybody. And
I didn't see that.
But she would meet with all the other assistants, and they would tell all these stories, and they had all signed confidentiality agreements, so they couldn't talk about it publicly. But they could go to happy hour and vent with each other about the fucking psychos they worked with.
I see.
And so she wrote a book called The Assistants, and it was about a bunch of Hollywood personal assistants
that's a
getting
cool
revenge
book.
on their bosses.
Now, what happened with her? What happened?
I don't know. We were married 11
You don't
years.
know?
No, we were married 11 years, and then we got a divorce, and I hadn't seen her since or heard from her.
But
Yeah.
but why'd you get divorced? What happened?
Oh,
Didn't
Is
you
that too
come
personal?
home
I
and
think
she was gone?
No, it was my no. I think she just got tired of me. I don't know if she thought I was going to be famous and make a bunch of money or be a golden ticket or whatever. But I just think, after 11 years or so of being together, it just wore out.
I think
was
it
not
wears
as
out with
entertaining.
anybody.
Sure, I was not as entertaining and clever.
So then the second one, you married the second one. Whose
Right.
idea was that? Was it your idea again? What were you thinking?
That was also her a little. I'm easily pushed.
Oh, you are?
If I like you, if I love you, and
Yeah.
really want to be with you, then. So the second one, this is great. This is great because the second one, I believe she just got married a few months ago, and it may be her fourth.
That's her fourth marriage?
I was her third.
Okay, isn't that a red flag right there, though?
Right.
Oh, come on, 4 times?
4 now. I was her third.
Still.
But she had 2 under her belt. She had 2 under her belt when I met her.
Is she crazy?
Oh, God, yeah.
There was a lot more under her belt.
Mean?
But she just landed for it.
And they bring out the crazy and mean in me, so you just got crazy, mean people being shitty to each
I don't
other.
like a mean fighter. I can't do it because then
right.
I get mean.
Well,
I'm mean. I'm a mean fighter.
Robin and I didn't fight till near the end, and I think she was just unhappy with the relationship, and so just a lot of yan came out, and it was just good for us to get a divorce because it had run its course.
And then
the second one I fought with throughout and just ran through a million red flag, stop sign, red flag, stop sign, red flag.
How long were you with
See,
that one?
when you have no kids, it's so easy to leave.
walk away.
Now, I
Yes.
can't
Sure.
walk away.
Yes.
Sure.
I can't walk away.
Well, neither one of them wanted kids, so that was also on the. And I
Oh,
didn't
they didn't
either.
want kids.
That was part of the deal. I wouldn't have married either one of them. I don't want kids, and so
Why?
because I don't need any kids.
Can you have
this
that
has to
accent
stop
again?
Here.
Keep going.
This has
That
to stop
accent
here.
has to stop.
The Henley name has to end somewhere.
It will
Hot in
end.
here.
They're not good people.
What was I going
I'm
to say?
fine.
So now the third one. Why am I so hot? I'm so Oh my
It's
God,
not
I'm so
either.
hot.
It's a little
what about
sweaty.
now the third
Look,
one?
I
You
have
got
a
a
girlfriend.
girlfriend. Beautiful.
We've been together
May I
for
ask?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
And what about a marriage with that
I
one?
love her dearly.
She doesn't want to
She's
get
raising
married.
children. She has children. So
Well-
Mr. Not One of Children, I've got 4 now.
Well, why don't you have?
How old are they?
They're, the oldest one's 14, and the daughter's 10, and the twins are 9.
Well, why don't you get married? What
Because
about?
she lives in Cleveland.
So bring her out
What's
here.
the long
She can't-
distance
she can't not.
relationship?
Her whole family's there. Her ex-husband's there. It's a long.
Okay,
Okay.
here's the
Okay.
thing.
It's a long involved story.
Great
people,
If
though.
you moved in with her and those rotten kids, you're not gonna like her anymore.
She's probably watching this, so.
But I'm just saying,
Probably.
if you moved in with me with my rotten kids, you're not gonna like me anymore.
Sometimes when I stay too long on a visit, it gets a little edgy.
It's like, oh my God, get these
Let me
little
tell you
mother
something.
effers
What's her
out of here.
world? She's been rocking this world all on her own, by herself, completely forever. So
Look-
if I can just show up for a little garbage,
Yeah, have a
detail
good
every now
time.
and
That's
then,
good.
But
do
here,
something nice.
yesterday I spent the whole day with my kids. Right?
Right.
It was torture.
Right.
Torture.
She's with her 4 right now, and over at her best friend's watching her 3. So she's with 7 children
That's
right
right.
now.
See,
Her,
that's-
her
that
friend
is
called her at the
horrible.
last minute and got stuck. Her friend's running for office, and she's like, I've got to go do something, and she got really busy. So my girl was on her way over there. She was the last thing I need to do today is right now I'm swamped, and so she's over there with 7 of them.
Oh my!
Wow.
But you
Now-
eventually they would get used to you. My
Oh,
fiance,
yeah,
they
sure.
got used to him. You know, they didn't want you know.
Sure. No,
in
they
the
all
beginning.
like me. I've been around for 5 years, so they know me and like me, and I'm welcome in their home. And all the in-laws, everybody's great.
But you'll always live in New York.
You
She'll
know,
always live there.
For now, she's got to raise these kids. We've got years to go. You can't
Oh,
pull
all
them out of
right.
school
So
and
you see
friends
this
and
long
Yeah,
term.
let them get out of the house.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can move in.
Exactly.
But I gotta tell you, I've known him for forever. Now you said about
20
his
years.
accent.
I've known her longer. Than you.
His accent.
I love it.
When David Tell was doing his first pilot,
Oh God, that was so much fun.
I
know
was
about-
in
you
it
were in
too.
it too, I remember it, in
So
Just
we,
Scout.
What was
yeah,
it called? What was the pilot called?
I forgot.
What
just
was
the
it
Attell
called?
pilot. I don't know if it
Whatever
had a
it
name.
was, I don't even know if
Did
it
it
had
get
a
picked
name.
up?
No,
if
no.
it did, I wouldn't be sitting here.
No, but he did a pilot for Comedy Central, and the premise
Well, we
of the
were
whole
all
thing.
voices.
Yes, we were. He had done so many petty things that he had been sentenced to house arrest. It wasn't bad enough
With
that
his
they're going to put
sis-
him in jail. So they take him to his sister's house, who's
Which
played
is
by
me.
her,
And Jake Juskow's my husband.
and her husband. And
Great duo,
that's so
and I'm
funny.
annoying.
and he's under house arrest in their house, basically.
How did this not make it? And who are you?
God, it's hilarious.
He has to. So because they took him in, her and Juskow, the husband and wife, they make him be like their butler and do all their chores and laundry
Right.
and clean the house and do all these things. And basically all he does is start drinking as soon as they leave the house.
Right,
As
and
soon as they
he's-
leave the house. And I'm the voice. So he gets so hammered every day that he thinks the Jack Daniels bottle is talking to
And
him.
it is. It's him talking
And
to
they,
me.
Oh,
they
you're
made
the
a
Jack
giant puppet. They made a giant robotic, really.
It was
like
great.
It was really
It was
amazing.
so
it
great.
kind of had my face on the front of it, and
Yeah.
it moved, and it had eyebrows, and so
Wow.
I would just lay behind the couch and read the lines. You never
Wait,
see me.
right,
I was
you
never
never-
on
we were
camera.
always in the
We're
back.
we're never on camera.
But wait, so was Jim Gaffigan was Buzzkill.
Yes.
His voice was
Yes.
the buzzkill
There
because
was a claymation sequence, and every night when we'd be having too much fun, Buzzkill would show up and
he
ruin
would wreck
everything.
the party.
How could this not go?
It
It
was-
sounds hilarious for
it was-
Comedy Central.
Yes, it was so
Yeah, it
much
was
fun.
so great.
It was so much
It was
fun.
so
I had a
great
blast
working
doing
on it.
Absolutely, yeah, it was an
I
absolute
remember
joy.
the director coming out and going to me, I just want to say your voice is so annoying that it's perfect.
And she was, because all you would hear her constantly yelling at him from upstairs. And I would be flinching. I'm on set and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, you're making me flinch.
When it goes high, it's the worst.
Really,
Yes, it
She
was-
does that. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That was very well cast. I remember
It was
he
so
called
good.
me. I was in Scotland when he called me and found me about this.
Are you friends with him? Are you
So
good
I know him
friends with-
pretty well.
Yeah, yeah.
I know him. He's hard to pin down. He's always moving.
Yeah.
You get a few paragraphs out of him. That's a good conversation with the
Yeah,
telephone,
yeah.
I think. But no, I've known him again 25 plus years. I've always liked him.
So I want to know.
Okay.
Because you're from down south.
All right.
What about this? Here's what I want to understand about Southerners. Okay, so they're talking about taking down the whole thing in Charlottesville, taking
Sure.
down the monuments,
Yep.
taking down the statues, all this. But when you were growing up in Alabama,
Right.
there were monuments all around. Or?
Not in our town's too small, probably,
Okay.
But I can remember when this first bit us in the ass, and we thought it was so ridiculously in this vein.
Okay.
My one of my dearest friends, and his birthday was first, and he was going to get the driver's license first.
Okay.
And his parents had already bought him a car.
Yeah.
So we're about to be mobile for the first time in our entire lives, and we were so excited. And he's a great driver, and we can't wait. And his mom picks us up from school, and we're going to ride with his mom to the DMV to watch him pass the test. And here we go, And we get there, and they're closed because it's Robert E. Lee's birthday. It's a state law.
Kidding me.
We don't even know. We grew up there. That's how goddamn stupid and archaic this stuff is. And I can remember stomping around in the DMV, all of us. His mom going, I can't believe we celebrate Robert. It's a state holiday, and everybody, all state agencies are closed. It's just like a national.
How long did that go on
I
for?
don't, but this was in the late
South
70s.
is a little-
My one friend Norton was cussing and stomping
But the
and
South
screaming.
is a little off.
You know,
I
it
mean,
was about
these
100
people are
years.
fucking
Yeah.
off.
But
I
that's,
mean,
we had no idea, and I'm like, still to that? Are you what? Robert E. Lee? What? We could not believe that
Because-
all these years later, this shit was keeping us from chasing girls around
That is
town.
so great.
He's selfish.
I think we should take all these statues down. Even George Washington. Who the fuck knows him anymore?
You
Get
gonna
him
take
the
down
fuck-
the Washington Monument?
all of them. Take them all down. Take them all down. Nobody needs to see them. Get new ones up there.
The only statue in our town is the guy that found the town next over is the bigger town, so there's a statue of him.
And who was that?
His name is Samuel Noble.
And who was he?
And
A
he's just-
Confederate?
No, nothing. No, just a businessman that just settled there in the early 1800s. So it had nothing to do. The town's called Anniston because his daughter's name was Annie. He named it Annie's Town.
Oh.
So it's Anniston.
Now,
So,
did
but
you
that's
grow up-
that's the only statue I
Is
know
it
about. It's got
Jennifer
nothing to do with the
Aniston?
no.
Did
Got
you
nothing to
grow
do
up
racism.
with the what about the flags?
Well, they integrated. They put the Civil Rights Act happens in '64, and then most of the southern states dragged their feet before they were forced. So about 71 is when they made our area, the county schools, everything. They kind of got, okay, you had 5 years to coast. Now the federal government's going to force you to integrate and everybody. And I remember from all ages.
Integrate with black people.
Yes, everybody's moving into the same school. We're all just
Oh.
consolidating.
What year was that?
So about 70. Like I said, they wasted they dragged their
Wow.
feet. They got 6 years away with still keeping it segregated.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I remember leading up to this, everyone in our town, and we have black friends, and none of us know. Kids don't know. You have to learn this.
So wait a minute, you had black friends, they just didn't go to your school.
Exactly, yeah. But we knew them from the playground and the basketball court and going to the pool and hanging out and doing
yeah,
everything.
because kids aren't racist. The parents
No,
do
exactly.
that bullshit.
Normal, right?
So
Or-
we heard from when I was in the first grade, and my middle brother was in the 8th or 9th, and everybody, high alert, all hell's going to break loose. Somebody's going to show up at the high school football game prep rally, and they're going to bring the Confederate flag, and then a riot's going to happen, and this integration, and nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Really?
Not a damn thing happened. Everybody already knew everybody. Everybody got along. So it was the adults that were more worried about it than the teenagers, all the way
Because
down
the
to the little
adults are
kids.
the racists.
Yes, exactly. So,
The kids,
right.
kids don't care.
Now,
I
my
remember-
granddaddy was horrible. I would bring my black friends to my house and make them hug my mother just to make her uncomfortable. We all did this. We all did. We are openly in cahoots about this. But we would just put it on them. I want my parents to come home and see 5 black people sitting in my living room. I'm going, yeah, say something. I dare you to say something.
Wait a minute. Why did you not come out? You see all these other people with racist parents, and they come out racist. Like,
Well,
why do you think?
My granddad, my mom's dad was horrible. He was really, really bad. But it was so horrible and over the top. It was almost cartoonish and comical.
Like Archie Bunker kind of.
And so you just made fun of him and teased him, and we knew we weren't that way. And my older brother's 12 years older than me. He played with the first black guy to play football at Auburn University. So this is the Jackie Robinson. This guy broke James Owens broke the color barrier. And my brother was a pallbearer at his funeral. He died about 2 years ago. And so I don't, because of Terry's relationship with athletes. And it's just like, remember the Titans. Like, you put it right together. You start winning. Everybody all of a sudden doesn't matter what color you are.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I got to tell you,
but sports and things like that. So I just knew what I was seeing through my family, and other than crazy ass my mom's dad, I didn't see it on any level. On my dad's side of the family, I didn't see it. They were ministers and quiet people, and they might hit you with some hellfire and brimstone and tell you you're going to go to hell, but they. I'm assuming they thought black people could go to hell too.
Right.
I'm sure they were equal in there.
I remember seeing a commercial. They don't have those commercials anymore. I don't see them, but it was showing. It doesn't matter who your neighbor is, and they'd show a baby, and they'd show a black baby and a white baby when they're when they're first born. They don't, you don't care who your neighbor is, and then also in a cemetery. Like,
you don't know.
It doesn't matter who your neighbor is.
That's right.
When you're born or when you die,
yeah.
right?
It's in the
so
middle.
why can't we? I'm like, I find it so ridiculously dumb, that whole racist fucking thing. It's like, seriously. We're in 2017. You people are serious right now, and you're actually, like defending the Confederate flag and defending some fucking guy who was a sick fuck. Like, I don't understand it. I can't understand this.
We still got the old. I was telling somebody this over the weekend. In as late as '72, because it's Nixon's running for re-election. It's an election year, '72, right? So George Wallace, the old racist governor of Alabama,
George
right?
Wallace.
And so
didn't he kind of lighten up at the end though?
He won again in '84 on the strength of the black vote. He
That
came back.
is
He came
so
back.
crazy.
Yes, he came
I
back
remember
and
that.
convinced everyone. I almost got in trouble sometimes during my first few years of comedy because I would see black people near the front tables, and I'd be on stage, and I'd be looking at them going, "You're falling for this? You're really falling for this? Segregation now? You didn't see the video standing in the doorway at the university? And black people would go, hey, none of your goddamn business.
Really?
If we want to vote for him and we believe he's changed, then he has changed."
Do you think he
And
changed?
They did, and he won on the strength of that, and everything he did during that last term indicated that he did change.
Okay,
That's
so
what I
he helped.
thought,
He
yes.
changed.
He was super progressive to start with in the 50s. That's what got him. He lost to the first race. In the 50s, he's ahead of everybody. So in 56, he's out there. Black people should vote. He's ahead of everything.
Really?
Equality. Yes. And he loses to the staunch, hardcore ex-Klan guy, Big Jim Folsom, just beats the piss out of him in a landslide election. So then he sits for 4 years and comes back 4 years later, completely racist. But he went from good to bad to good from 56 to 84
But it
in a
seems like
30-year period.
It was all political, though. Like, you don't think it was
Yes.
really maybe racist? He just wanted to win.
Yes, he thought that with the first progression, and he thought that black people would come out and line up and vote for him, and they probably did. But that was still the 50s, and they probably got those ballots probably got lost or something.
No,
But
that
he
stuff happens.
he did have some good progressive ideas, and then he went ugly because he lost.
And he got shot.
And he got shot when he ran for president.
Maybe that changed.
Real
You know what
happy
I
about
think?
that.
You know what I think? I think if you're going to be racist, like a KKK member, don't wear the fucking mask.
Yeah, just be there. Yeah, hand me the
Just
card.
stand
Be
behind
David
what-
Duke. Be
Look,
David Duke and stand there and say
Stand
it.
there and say, listen, I don't like black people. I don't like Spanish people. I don't like Jews. I only like me.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So just don't be a coward.
Sure.
These people are sick in the fucking head.
Well, the
I
guys-
swear to God.
the
You
guys-
ever go down south and you're like, oh, I'm really scared?
Well, I'm steering it back to. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Go ahead.
when I was 10, we would still get every election year. The old racists could still buy their ads and run. So you, as a 10-year-old kid, I'm sitting there watching Bugs Bunny in the middle of the afternoon home from school, and just like now, the following is a paid political announcement.
Oh, you're kidding
and,
me.
Channel 11, and they would have to say the same disclaimer that exists in today's ads. Still
Right, this
exists
is
about
not
it.
our views.
Yes, and then they cut straight to George Wallace, or Lester Maddox was the Georgia version of George Wallace.
Wow.
And they're standing in front of the whole backdrop is the Confederate flag, and Lester Maddox beat up a bunch of people with an axe handle once. That was his claim to fame. So
Are these
Were
guys,
they black people?
yeah.
Black
But
people.
he stormed in a black black church and like beat the piss out of somebody. Or
What's his
something.
name? Lester
Maddox. He was the Georgia version of George Wallace.
Oh
and so,
my God.
So he sat there. So he's got the axe handle in his hand, and they would say all these horrible stuff.
What do you mean he's got the axe? He's holding the
tapping,
axe.
He's tapping the axe handle like his walk softly, carry a big stick trademark thing.
Me.
And he goes, y'all know who I am and who you need to vote for to get rid of. And he'd say all the N word. And he'd say all kinds of horrible
Wait a
stuff.
minute, on a
Yes.
commercial, he'd say
In the middle of the afternoon, where children could sit in the middle of the goddamn Three Stooges. So then we'd go to school. We'd go to school the next day, and by now we're integrated. By now, we're in the third or fourth grade,
and
we're all sitting there going, "Did you see the fucking what was going on in the middle of Bugs Bunny?"
I can't even
She
believe
got
that's
the axe
real.
handle. Yes, but it took that long for them to all die out, and then but even like now, I guess there are probably some laws now.
Their grandchildren are affected by this. Like
But
that's
it was
how
the sickest.
ignorance.
But that was the first indication where I was 10. My first remembrance is, okay, there's going to be riots. Nothing happened. So then I thought the adults are full of shit. Then the next one was I'm 10, and I'm watching this going, okay, this ain't right. This guy's saying the N-word and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? And then the Robert E. Lee birthday thing was about, so that was about my first 7 or 8 years. That was my big swing of, you're in a crazy place. Luckily, you're surrounded by some good people.
Right.
But you were in an insane, where you're from.
Right, because these people.
They loved bragging on the bad stuff. They wanted to rave on it. Life magazine was the big magazine, nothing but photos.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
The Freedom Rider bus got turned over in Anniston, Alabama, right there in my
and
town.
then they kill the.
They set the bus on fire. Nobody got killed. But that was down in Mississippi. That later led to Mississippi
killed
burning.
those
Yes.
people.
But these are Bible Belt people.
Yes.
That's why I don't understand this. You're a Bible. You're Christians. You're so Southern, like you're so into God and Jesus and whatever, and then you could do this to another human being. I can't even hurt an animal, let alone a human being.
They don't think they're human beings.
That's right.
Some sort of
they're sick.
Did you see the
awful?
For the thing that happened in Charlottesville? They were for Vice, that TV show Vice. Well, they were showing little snippets from the different white supremacists that they were interviewing. And this one guy is you just can't believe how they talk. Like that these people they call them animals. They call them, he says, I don't see anything wrong with being racist. I don't see. And then the best part is this guy, because he beat some people up or whatever, and he did get violent, they want to arrest him. And then they show oh my God, they show him later and he's going, and he's crying. He's going, well, and he's saying, I just want the police to know that even though I am armed, they can come get me. I mean, I don't want them to kill me. And here's this big tough guy who Vice was interviewing during the march. He's like, fuck them, they don't own us, and we're, and I'll kill if I have to, and I'll do this if I have. And then all of a sudden, he's crying.
Like a baby.
Crying.
I love stuff like that.
I mean, you just see who he really is, when they're in there. But all those guys were marching without masks, and it worked against them because a lot of them went to colleges, went to parents disowned them.
Sure.
They have jobs at Walmart.
Well, same thing. We would get blindsided growing up as a teenager, even though we were aware of where we were. The next step was what this stuff is. Just occasionally, late teens, dating, high school, college, and then randomly a regular person that you think all of a sudden might drop something on you. Like, I've known you for 7 years. Why the fuck did you just say that? That's been hiding in there for 7 years.
Yeah,
I've known you this long, and it's awful. It just
or even
sucks.
let's say you had black friends, and then all of a sudden people don't like you because you're hanging out with
Jerry Lewis had a white girlfriend.
All your friends and
crazy
girlfriends
names.
have comedian names, yeah.
So, but Jerry Lewis was black, and he was dating this girl from another school out on the county line. And my friend David Broadfoot would act like he was white, and so he would go to the house.
But he was black.
Jerry Lewis would sit in the car, and Broadfoot would go to the house and pick the girl up to go on dates. So the family would think she was dating a white guy while Jerry Lewis is hiding in the car.
That's
And so this went on. They were dating. They were like boyfriend and girlfriend. So my buddy Broadfoot, we'd be getting ready to do what we're going to do on Friday night, and he'd go, "Hang on, I got to go pick up my girlfriend." Wink, wink. And so Jerry Lewis would wait in the car. So this family thinks Broadfoot is dating their daughter, and had no idea.
Did they find out?
They found out, and then a bunch of big boys from that school found out, and they came after all of us. They came after
What do you
me.
mean came after
Broadfoot.
you?
We were walking home from a basketball game one night or something, but a carload of them drives up and starts chasing us and throwing bottles at us.
Yeah,
and they got
they
baseball
could kill
bats.
them.
They're screaming N-word lover at us for helping Jerry Lewis.
Oh my!
You know what's
we're
sick?
running there. We're outnumbered. There's like 3 of us.
So
There's
what
like
happened?
7 or 8
Did you
of
get
them.
hit? Did you
So they threw some stuff at us, but no, we hear bottles busted and we hear them chasing us. We outran
You
them
have
that
to
night.
run because you would have gotten killed.
We got the shit beat out of us.
No,
Absolutely.
you would have gotten killed.
You
Not
know.
getting the shit beat
We got
out
to
of
the
you.
bottom of it, and we found out who it was, and sicked a
And?
bunch of our older brothers on them,
Oh,
and
you
then it
did?
ended. Then a couple of phone calls were made. Okay, if you're going to chase somebody your own age. Come chase me. You don't even have to chase me. I'm sitting right here, right now. Yeah, don't chase a 13, 14, you know.
Yeah, but that's scary because they would have hit you in the head with a bat. And
who knows?
You know.
But all that, but same, and we would also like somebody would in the Life magazine in the Best of Life Day. I remember being in the library and I'm like looking at it says they're showing where they burned the Freedom Riders bus and it says Anniston, and like a buddy of mine who I kind of knew a little bit from Little League and stuff, he walks over and he goes, you know that should say Oxford. That's where they burnt the bus was because it was right out here. It wasn't over there. I don't like them. I don't like them getting credit for it. Right. I don't like them getting credit for it. And I'm like, motherfucker, you're on my baseball team, you dick.
You know,
we've got black guys on our team. There are. You know,
it's so weird. You know what? Whenever I watch like Antiques Roadshow, they always have that guy who does all the Civil War stuff. He's kind of like fat and go, oh yeah, well and he's always going, oh, just a beauty of a sword and blah blah blah. And they're like, that's my great granddaddy's. But like everybody is so proud of their Civil War Confederate shit.
They have that play every year, don't they? Don't they do the
well, lots of people do reenactments all in
various
states, in a million states, all through the South. That's a big thing. North Carolina, Virginia,
and they do the war. They
get out there and they'll act out a certain battle or wherever. If it was from their area,
why are they proud of that?
I don't know.
It's like that's
Don't you know
that
how it
was
ended?
for slavery. Yeah.
Don't you know how
they
it
lost
ended?
A and B. It was on the wrong side of history.
Right.
It's for slavery.
I think anything negative should be just demolished.
You're not going to get them out of the southern states, but these border states. That's why Baltimore did theirs in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, you know that's true.
What they do?
They took them
all down
down
in the middle of the night.
They do.
Good.
The city council got together and unanimously voted to take them all down without telling
fucking
anybody.
shit
They went and did it in
That's
the middle
exactly
of the night,
what
took them all down.
Because you know what happens
I like it.
if they wait till the ACLU is the one that got them marching in Charlotte because all the town and everybody else is like, no, we're not giving you a permit. Who wants them in their town?
Right.
But the ACLU went in and said, no, they get to. So if you take all these things down before the ACLU gets them in there, then there's no march.
You know what amazes me? They want to keep that statue up, but they want to take crosses of like Jesus crosses down everywhere. Like it's like anything positive or anything like peace for
Wait,
peace.
who wants to take Jesus crosses
There was
down?
a cross.
People who don't like Jesus.
Yeah, people who don't like
Troublemaker.
People who don't like religion.
Jesus,
Or
troublemaker,
whatever you
rabble
believe in.
rouser,
But like,
out there telling peace and love.
Whatever you believe in, like let's say it's Jesus or Buddha or whatever.
Bob Marley.
Something positive and peaceful, and somebody who was peaceful here. Right? They want to take that down, but they want to keep up this fucking guy who was a racist and killed people and tortured people. I don't understand what's wrong with the human being. Like we've gone, it's almost.
Well, one of the monuments that they wanted to keep up, one of the guys was the first leader, the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Okay.
And meanwhile, Trump is saying he wants all the monuments to stay. He tweeted that out today.
Oh,
he
nice.
thinks that all the monuments should stay. So there's one guy.
And why is that?
Because that's his base.
No, but what's his what?
That's his
okay,
base.
You want him to stay, but
said,
why?
He says this is what he says. Why? He said you can learn from them and they're historical. But here's the real reason why.
You could open a book.
Because
you could open a book
yeah,
and learn
here's
from
the real
him.
reason. That's his base, and he's not going to go. He knows if he goes after David Duke and all these guys that he thinks he's gonna win again in 4 years. He doesn't understand that he's going to be out. I'm sorry. That's what I think. He's going to be out before the next 4 years.
But
that's what I want.
I guarantee he'll be back in again. But regardless if he's in or out, those things should come down.
Oh, yeah.
They should come down.
Well, they had the guy, I remember Maurice Bessinger was this barbecue guy down in Columbia, South Carolina, and he's the one, years ago, he was one of the first guys that got behind Keep the Flag Up at the state capitol in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And so then
he did say that?
He wasn't the most recent wave of this. When this was a thing 20 years ago, he decided to get behind it then, and it ruined him. And the guy was a gillionaire and had barbecue restaurants all over the state.
Oh, and people.
And it got down to where he only had one place left because of the backlash from it. You know, they had his sauce in the grocery stores, and he went from a gillionaire guy to just like the old crazy racist guy because he wouldn't let it go.
Right.
He still wouldn't let it
go.
He
got everything he deserved.
You know, I went in the last one that was still open. I was down there doing a show at the college, and I went in there to get the barbecue just to see if there were black people working in there. And there were only black people working in there. And there's Klan literature and a book that he wrote on a little wire rack over in the corner. And I ordered me some barbecue, and I talked to the little old lady who's Employee of the Month. Her picture is above the window getting hugged by the old racist guy.
You're kidding
Because she was
me.
employee of the month. So he's wandering down there. He's like 93, and so I guess he takes his picture of who the employee. And so I'm getting my food, and I'm looking at this picture of the racist guy.
And she has no idea.
And I'm looking, and she knows it's him, and I'm like, because it's her. And I'm like, does this not bother you? And I'm pointing to the literature.
And what does she say?
She's, oh, it don't mean anything. He's old. He'll be dead soon. It's okay.
No, but she's got to put food on the table.
Right. She's worked there for probably 40 years.
Right.
And so she doesn't, I'm like, I go, you're a better person than I am. I don't think I could sit here and look at that Klan literature on the rack right there and not thinking, it's silly. He makes that stuff on his computer at home.
Whatever you do on this planet, you're going to have to answer to somebody. So remember that.
I was up visiting my sister in Syracuse, and I'm driving around, and there's a truck in front of me, great big Confederate flag hanging off. After all this stuff that happened this weekend, is that really what the thing that you hang a big thing off the truck? And I look in the window, and he's, he looks like every guy with a Confederate flag, tattoos down the arms, bald head, goatee.
I was in Sweden. Like 10 years ago, just frolicking in the Swedish countryside, just having a vacation, just running around, went to see some friends, had a great time, and they lived out in the middle of nowhere, country roads, dirt roads, hardly anything around, and near this barn, here's this giant flagpole with a giant Confederate flag,
in Sweden.
And I started teasing all my Swedish friends, and I'm like, is this a goof on me? Did y'all come out here and put this up last night to fucking say, welcome here, hill jack dumbass? And they're like, no, that's the crazy racist. They've been here for.
And are they from that country? You think they're from here?
No, they're not from. They're from Sweden. They're just the idiot racists that just happen to follow that same shit.
What?
Just in a whole other country.
They don't even know what it is.
I know.
It's not even their fucking.
They know white power and symbols of white power. It could be
That's
anything
so
from the Nazi stuff to the
stupid.
Confederate stuff to anything.
You know what I realize? There's a lot of dumb people on this
God,
planet.
yeah.
I think we're outnumbered.
Oh, yeah.
I
Easily.
seriously think
Hands
we're
down,
outnumbered.
Easily. That's how Trump got elected.
We are outnumbered.
That's-
But it's not
America,
even in
America
this country.
got their way, and there
But
are more
it's not in
dumbasses
this
than smart
country.
people.
That's
and that's who
right.
they pick.
Even the people in the Arab countries, they're so dumb that they follow these things that are just crazy.
Well, a lot of it is
Religious zealotry. Can get you in trouble.
It's a lot of it is based on religion. Then the religion is twisted, and then they think that that's real. And then there's like honor killings and all sorts of crazy shit in the name of religion. But it isn't the true religion. It's just
Anybody that goes off the deep end on religion, then it's you know what I mean. Any religion that goes crazy like that, it could be Catholic, it could be Jewish, it could be anything. When you go that extreme, doesn't matter. You've gone off the deep end.
Yeah.
You've gone crazy.
I'm trying to find you my H.L. Mencken quote, if I can find it.
Oh,
Here
yeah.
it is. Here
Oh,
it
my
is.
God, my mother loves H.L. Mencken.
I got it. Here it is. This is from 1919.
You don't have my thing, do you?
I think.
Is anybody saying anything?
I don't see anybody saying anything.
Oh, hi.
Saying hi.
Okay.
I got to find it.
Yeah, I don't see any.
Okay.
I saw Kevin
Okay.
Brennan on.
Here it is.
Okay.
As democracy is perfected, the office of the president represents more and more closely the inner soul of the people. On some great and glorious day, the plain folks of the land will reach their heart's desire at last, and the White House will be occupied by a downright fool and a complete narcissistic moron.
No.
H.L. Mencken, 1920.
Yeah. Oh, my
It
God.
can't be true.
He picked it 80, 90 years ago, or whatever.
What? But hold on a second.
That is
so,
a great
but they
quote.
say the
a perfect
powerful,
quote, right.
the writings are powerful
Wow.
because it actually becomes a prop. Like you can manifest something like that by actually writing it.
Right.
But I also
Now,
think
here, on a tangent, since I'd found this.
That's
go ahead.
hilarious.
Now,
That is great.
Here's my second ex-wife on the red carpet with Melania.
Oh, let me see.
Down
This
at-
is not.
That's Victoria on the red carpet at some event down at Sirius years and years ago.
You
with
had
Melania.
some beautiful
Why is she
girls.
with Melania?
'Cause she worked.
Wait, this is your second wife?
That's the second
Put this
wife.
up
That's
in front
Victoria.
of the camera so they can
So,
see.
that's her and Melania. That's her and the first lady.
We're here with Adam too. Adam
so that's
is
her
here.
and the first lady. If you can see that.
Can you see that?
I don't know, but
She's pretty.
Cosmo, the magazine, had the Cosmo radio channel down there, and she had a morning show. And her partner, Taylor Strecker, is still on the air at Sirius. Give a shout-out to Tay-Tay. She's fabulous.
And wait a minute. So
And they
she
were- they were-
interviewed.
She must have been there promoting something. and
Okay. But every time I see Melania,
I didn't know this
Trump-
picture existed. My
That is-
neighbor found it. My neighbor sent me an email and goes,
What the hell is
Yeah, he
this?
goes, what is this? And I'm like, I guess it's Victoria and the First Lady from probably 2006.
Oh my God! Every time
or
I see that
something.
woman Melania, I just think, what is she thinking? Why is she putting? Why doesn't she run for her life?
She can't.
No.
Why
Actually,
can't she?
They got her
She
family
can't.
held hostage in the Ukraine.
No, I believe she can't.
At a
She
camp.
can't
What do you
go
mean?
anywhere.
Why?
She has got to play the role now.
She
It's
signed
over.
up, right.
You sit. What is it? You dance with the devil.
Yeah, exactly. You made your bed hard, you got to sleep in
You
it.
got to sleep in
Yeah.
that nasty bed.
Yeah, and that is a nasty bed with that guy.
Listen, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck how much money you have. If you look like that, I am not getting in bed with you.
Well, you don't think she really bangs the guy, right?
She had a kid with him.
Okay, once.
Yeah.
Come
maybe
on, give
one.
me. I don't believe that. I believe she was banging him for a while to get that ring.
He's
and the
probably got a
money.
contract. There's probably something in the
Believe
prenup that
me,
says
she-
there's probably in the prenup X amount of
What she has to
genitalia
do.
handling that has to be taking place
And
every
let me
30
tell
days.
you, when he cheats and he talks about grabbing pussies, don't you think she's happy about that?
Oh, yeah.
She wants
He ain't
him to be
grabbing her.
grabbed.
He
Right.
ain't grabbing
it's like,
her.
Listen.
as long as he's busy
A
with
lot
somebody
of
else.
guys say they grab pussy. I thought that was so fucking out of control that everyone got up in arms that he said, I grab women by my pussy. Who cares?
Because he's the president.
Because, yeah,
I
but he
care.
wasn't the president back then.
Yeah, but that's the.
So
Listen,
let's
He was
rewind
just a-
tape what you said when you were 20 years old about sucking a dick or something. I mean,
Okay,
let's
but-
say I have it on video. And
but
now,
I'm not running for president.
But no, he wasn't at the time. I find that to me, I don't give a shit what people talk
So
about
you're
in
past
private.
bullshit coming up. So, like I said, you wouldn't care. If
I
you were
don't
running
care
for
what he
office and they
said.
started digging up old shit on you, you're like, I was 25. What the fuck?
Right, I smoked
That'd be
pot,
it.
I
To
did,
me-
you know,
All right,
whatever.
sure.
To
So
me-
I don't think that. I think from here on in, the stupidity that comes out of his mouth is
counts, you're
what
saying.
counts.
Okay, but here's the thing. By people's past behavior, you can see what they're going to do in the future. If this
You're
guy's
supposed to.
talking
You
about
didn't see him on Apprentice?
Supposedly.
You didn't watch Apprentice?
I hated him. And I
Exactly.
hated him even back then.
But that's what I'm saying. You saw him on Apprentice. That's who he was.
Right, that's why I didn't vote for him.
But
I
that's
can't
who he's
stand
going to
the guy.
be.
Right, and when he's saying he grabs pussies and they can't stop me. There's nothing they can do. That's who he is.
He's that guy.
He was there.
Yeah.
He was that
He's
then.
still
But,
that.
it-
He's
but-
never not
but
gonna
that-
be that guy.
to me, that is a lot of bullshit. That
Wait a minute.
That whole comment.
Have you ever said? I'm going to ask Adam, and I'm going to ask you. Have you ever said? Maybe you have said this. I've grabbed pussies. There's nothing they can do about it.
No.
And,
I
okay,
don't know
thank you.
anyone that's ever
right,
said
but
that.
you
know
said
what?
that.
That was the
No.
first time
That's
I've
a
heard anybody
fucking
say
weird
that.
thing for a.
But
you
you
said
guys
it.
have
Wait,
said-
Adam, yes or no?
No,
no.
no.
Wait, with your friends, you've
because
talked about
they,
women.
They loved it every time.
No, but Adam, with your friends, you've talked some nasty shit
I've never
about women.
talked about being forceful.
No, not forceful.
But that's
Well,
what
that's what
he
he's
did
talking
say.
about.
That's what he's talking
Okay,
about.
but hold on a second. Some guys do talk macho bullshit, especially guys who have money like that.
I never
They
said
think they're above the law.
yeah, but why?
Rich men. I don't know any rich men.
Right,
But,
that's true.
But why
That's like
have
that's
that
the old
guy
Bill
for
Clinton
president?
pulling your dick out move. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's, any of those overtly sexual things are just fucking crazy.
bad.
I don't
They're
think
just crazy.
Vic Henley has ever said I moved on her like a bitch.
No,
I mean,
but-
maybe you
but-
have. I don't.
No,
I don't want to
no,
put
no.
words.
I
No,
don't
but
even know what that
is.
Clinton, did some disgusting
He's
shit
horrible.
while
I
he was
agree.
in the
Who
office.
wanted that? He's horrible.
I've heard when I was pussy grabbing was brand new to me. Seriously, seriously, I never heard. I grew up around some skeevy fucking dudes. I know a lot of dudes and guys and jocks and athletes and idiots. But
You never heard a guy say
I've
that.
never. That's the first time I've heard a human being say
But
that.
hold on a
I've heard
second.
dudes brag like, "Well, I just
But
had to
hold
get
on
my
a
dick
second.
out," and then she
You've
hit her
never-
knees.
you've never-
I've had guys brag on pulling the dick out is a good move. Like that's not just
Politicians-
as stupid. But I've heard get your dick out, a la Bill Clinton. I've heard that since
Okay,
I was
but
a
hold
teenager.
on. How about-
I started hearing dick out since I was a teenager.
Rich
so I was
people-
not surprised when I heard Clinton say it. I was not surprised because I heard dick. So this guy shocked me.
It's
last
shocking.
year. I'm like,
It was
how
shocking
can-
to me.
I didn't know guys said that. I don't even know.
You know
Guys
what-
do
you know what,
say
though?
weird shit, but
I will
How
say
you
this:
supposed to
it's a weird thing to be grabbing. There's not really anything
No,
to
there's
grab.
nothing there, right?
That's
How
why
do you-
it's weird to
I
us.
don't even.
Hold on, here's what I
you'd be
wanna
better
say.
off saying I pinched some
When
ass
you're
or I
rich-
grabbed a butt cheek.
Sure.
or something, you
That
know?
was a weird thing
but
to
hold
brag
on.
about.
When
It's
you're
so
rich,
bizarre.
It
when
is
you're
bizarre.
rich, and when you're a politician, they're the weirdest people.
Sure.
Because look at these
They've never been
politicians
told
that
no.
get caught in these hotel rooms with underage boys
Yeah.
or,
Oh, yeah.
or hookers.
And those
or-
are always the
they're-
religious
they're-
ones.
They're just so powerful that nothing turns them on unless it's something skeevy.
Okay.
Or something.
Makes sense. Sure.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Eddie
regular-
Murphy.
regular
Eddie
stuff
Murphy
can
got
be-
caught with a transvestite,
Right,
and he
right.
said he was just giving him a ride
Right.
home.
Right.
Really, Eddie. But he had. I remember Eddie had any woman he wanted.
Well,
So
obviously he doesn't
after
want a
while-
woman.
No, it got boring. There was no kill. There was no chase. He got everybody he wanted. So this was out of the norm. So it turned him on.
Or he likes dicks more than girls, and he finally got to.
Or he had that kink pre-existing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's possible too,
I
right?
think that maybe that was his thing.
I think that now back to the Trump. I think the Trump thing though is just drunk with power. He's private school, spoiled his whole life, never been told no. His daddy gave him all the money. He probably did some crazy heinous shit and got away with it and got drunk with power and thought I can just grab women by the fucking front, back, side, boob.
I can grab them by
anywhere.
his
Isn't that
dick
right?
But I was shocked
and
when
swing
he
them
said
around
that.
like Fred Flintstone.
It was
And
so
I said
weird.
to Kevin, I go, have any of your friends ever
Were
talked
you really
like that?
shocked
I
that
was
he said
shocked.
that? I was not
I
shocked.
was shocked.
I was not.
Right, yeah.
I was like, you know what I said? I wrote to my sister, I go, this is the end. I put it on Facebook, and it was like, bye-bye. I thought, that's the end of him. Nobody gave a shit.
No, it didn't matter at all. Didn't
And
matter at all.
that's what shocked me more than what he said was that
nobody
that
cared.
the I thought the Republicans were going to say, we can't have this guy in the White House.
Christians would get mad.
All
they'd
the
get mad. Nobody got mad.
right-wing.
Listen, but nobody cares when anybody does anything.
But they should.
Not
They
anymore.
don't.
Not anymore.
But they should.
Nobody
That's what-
cares. You know, these sick people that are running this country are, you know, we got to eat whatever they dish out.
Well, I think people are finally...
Right?
Yep, totally.
You can
They're in
protest.
office. You can't get
Wait,
rid of them. You
you're-
got to wait
you
till the
can-
next election if you want
You can-
change.
hold on, but you could protest. Nothing's going to change.
No, not too much. I don't think
Nothing changes.
I don't
Who's
think
that? H.L. Mencken.
so. H.L. Mencken, 1920, July 26th.
That is a genius
Yes.
quote.
My number's 9.
Funny guy.
Your number's 9?
He was the original, it was Twain. Twain's the first stand-up comedian, really, I think. And maybe one of the greatest stand-up comedians of all time.
I never really read a lot of Twain.
It's funny as
Are
shit.
you well
and
read?
he would tour, yeah. And I don't know, I read, but
I
Twain
read
would
little.
tour. He was on the road. I watched the Ken Burns. It's a 2-part the documentary special.
Oh, yeah.
And it sounds like a comic because he's writing his wife letters and he's going into theaters and he's reading part of Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer. He's taking questions. That's how he made his money. He was touring.
Really?
Yes. And
so not from selling books.
and so, well, both. But you had to, you want to do it all. You got to get out there. So he
Wow.
would write home, and it was sounding. I remember I'm laughing my ass off listening to this because, like, dearest, whatever her name is, and I'm writing to you from St. Louis, and these are by far the stupidest human beings I've ever encountered in my entire life. They did not laugh at one thing. They don't understand wit or cleverness on any level at all. God bless this country if these are representative of what's out here in these cities. And like 2 days later from Dallas. Boy, what a great time we had tonight. These people are brilliant. They really make you believe in the American spirit. And so he would just report back of whatever he thought. It was, to me, it always sounded like the comic reporting back on, how the show was. And you know how we travel, and we will profile you in a second. Your whole area, we will profile you just based on how we did on stage.
on that one town.
Yes.
How is it when because he opens for, what's his name?
I was opening for
the
Ron
Redneck
White.
Tour, right?
I was opening for Ron White last weekend, yeah. So.
And can I ask you a question? You probably can't answer this. Is that a wig he wears, or what's the deal
Who,
with all that
Ron?
hair?
No, he's got a great headed hair. But
That's his hair. Come on.
From the past couple of years, all the headshots and stuff, he has colored it and screwed with it, so it looks like a horrible
It
wig.
looks like
Because
a
it's
bad
probably got
wig.
Yes.
coarse. It got
Yeah.
coarse.
But now, like I saw him Friday, he passed
Sure
eight,
that's
eight
his
or-
hair?
Yes, he's got a great head. He's gray. It's lovely.
Really?
But he was his soon-to-be ex was
he's getting
talking,
divorced.
was
He just
talking
got
him
married
into
a few years back.
was talking him into
Is that a shock,
into doing
Patty?
something
Is that
about
a
it.
shock?
I'm always
No,
shocked.
Kathleen Madigan goes, Ron, you look like a lesbian gym teacher.
That's funny.
You look like
I'm
somebody
looking at the
teaching field
pictures. I'm like,
hockey.
well, who has hair like this? It was like really bizarre.
Because it got crispy on him, like Carrie said. Too many bad hair jobs, too many bad color jobs, and too many.
And now he's just gray.
Now it's just, excuse me. Now he just comes straight back, nice.
You
I
get
saw
along
him
with
this
him? You
weekend.
get along with him?
I've known him for 30 years. We're great
my
friends.
God.
They're friends.
Yeah.
They play poker together.
Oh, really?
So-
We used to play poker together.
So we
Remember
used to play
those
poker
games?
together all the time.
We played with a lot of
Me,
people.
Eddie Brill,
Oh, yeah.
Colin Quinn,
Colin Quinn.
Jay Moore,
J.R.
Havlin,
J.R. Havlin.
William Stevenson.
Oh, J.R.
Williams.
Havlin. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
William Stevenson.
We had fun.
I
Yeah,
love
always-
that Carrie was the only girl. That's
wait,
my favorite.
My ex, Robin was all. They were the two girls there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
My ex,
and
she
then-
loved to play.
then she
They
was
were both
gone,
really
and then-
good.
Then we
Yeah.
would play. We used to always play at your house. Then we were playing at Eddie Brill's in St. Mark's.
We played
But
Eddie Brill's forever, and then we had the Uptown game at my house. And
This
then I
is
gave
how I
J.R.
would
Havlin my
play.
table.
Why?
Because
Who
everybody's
stunk?
smoking.
Oh, the
Everybody's
smoke.
smoking cigarettes.
I would get contact high.
Cigarettes and weed. But they,
Oh, my God.
William and Eddie both smoked cigarettes. And so did Sam Greenfield would smoke. Everybody,
Sam Greenfield?
They would smoke. And
All these guys.
yeah.
Was it a lot of money going down? Was
Wait,
it
did
gambling?
Sam? Is Sam?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in years.
He used to do comedy for the longest time. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
if
he was
still-
around forever.
Didn't he pass away?
No.
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 No, I don't think so.
Did he?
Yeah.
He might have gotten sick. Did he
The
get
most you could lose if you didn't know what you were doing, You could lose $300-400 probably every week
Yes,
if you weren't paying
because we
attention.
played high-low
Yes,
games.
we played a lot of splitting. But if you knew what you were doing, you could buy in with $100, and by the end of the night, you'd be up 20, down
Would
20,
you usually win
up
or
80.
carry you?
I did all right. I
They
usually
called
did
me
okay. Yeah, we
pounders.
called her pounders
Why?
Because every time I get one, I go, pounder!
It's like in cards, there's poker lingo, but we had never heard like the jack looked like a hook. So if you have a pair of jacks, the dealer might go, pair of hooks. The king starts with a K. So the king's a cowboy, and the queen is lady, like Jerry Lewis. She's lady. But we never heard anybody, the ace is either the bull or something else. We never heard anybody call the ace a pounder. And so the first time she was ever playing there, she gets dealt, we're playing 7-card stud. She gets dealt an ace up. She's like, pounder! Come on! Pound us! Come on, pound us! And then like the very next card, she gets the second ace and gets the pair of pounders.
Pounder!
So then we just started calling her pounders for the next 8 or 9 years.
Yeah,
We
he'd
just
call
called
me
her-
up and go, pounders, you playing? I'm like, I'm playing.
Just call her pounders
Oh
all
my
the time.
God, you fit in with the Carrie fits in with the boys because she's like a boy.
Well, some of the boyfriends
Right?
she would have, we didn't see a lot of the guys she ever dated, but I would run into her at the clubs and stuff, and she might be with some dude, and I'd go, pounders! And like, why are these guys calling you pounders? They thought it was something creepy.
Yeah.
a little
Or
dirty.
something like
Wow.
my stripper name.
Yes, exactly. She had this whole backstory.
Wow.
That went with it.
funny.
That's so weird that you did. Now let me ask you: when you open for him though, for Ron White, is your act like when you do northern audiences? You have a different act, or it's the same thing?
On the road for a million years, I'll do where I am. I guarantee you, I've got jokes about that specific place. So we were in Morristown, New Jersey last Thursday, and then last Friday. No, we were at the theater at the Mayo Performing Arts Center.
Oh yeah, that's
So
a
we
great
were there-
His name
theater.
books that
We did
the tall,
two-
skinny guy.
Yeah, Sandy Marks.
Yeah.
We did two
He never
shows there
books
last
me.
Friday. And then we went up. So if I'm in Jersey, I'm going to do Jersey jokes.
Yeah.
I've lived up here forever. I've got all my regular jokes I like doing, and I'm always writing new jokes.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to walk out there in front of 2,000 people in the theater, I want to get them.
Yeah.
I want to get them and not be screwing around. I'm only doing 20 minutes. He
Right.
wants me to get them.
Right.
And so so wherever I am, I'll think about the set about half hour before I go on stage, and I just go in and do that set.
But is there anything you can't do for like a southern
No,
audience?
no. Well, it's a Ron White show, so everybody he's got the cigar and the tequila, and he's cussing, and he's the rowdy one from the blue collar thing. So nobody's going to come there and not expect him talking about baby duck pussy lip tacos.
But what about you? Are you allowed to talk about any baby lip?
Baby duck pussy lip tacos.
You can really?
And he has to say it like 9 times in the first 8 minutes of his show because he's talking about how.
I thought he was cleaner than that.
No, well, that's like
baby
that's
lip.
Like,
'Cause I
baby
see him
duck,
on
baby
TV.
duck, baby duck, pussy lip tacos. They're tacos made out of baby duck pussy lips.
Oh, I thought he meant women.
And that's not creepy. That doesn't creep you
That's
out.
a little creepy. But he's not running for president, so I'm
I
okay.
get it, but he
Comic.
might be.
He's a comedian.
It's tater salad.
Tater salad. What do you expect?
Oh,
Exactly.
God.
So anyone when you're with somebody, you know who you're with and what you can get away with and things like
But
that.
like what if you say something about like you against
The
religion
like
or
gay
against
Confederate
God?
flag.
They I have a joke that I've been doing where this idiot waitress says something really stupid to me.
Yeah.
And everybody laughs and it's a punchline and then I end up going back and forth with her and she just keeps saying the stupid thing over and over and everybody keeps laughing and then the joke ends and there's a long pause and then I go, and go Trump. And so I'm really shitting on him. So I'm using her as my vessel. This is who likes him. People that would say stupid shit like this. I've just tripped on, and no one ever gets my. I haven't gotten any.
You don't get booed or anything.
But again, it's his audience, so I don't. They got to be pretty not conservative.
Well,
they got to be pretty
you know
wide
what it was?
open with their thinking, even though they might like Trump.
Yeah.
But
don't care if you
no
do
one's,
it.
no one's giving a
Here's
shit.
what
I
I
hadn't had a
think.
boo. I had zip.
Here's what I
Nothing.
think.
It's a
don't-
comedy audience.
Here's what I think. I don't think people liked Trump. I think people had no choice.
They like the idea of everybody since I've been alive has liked the idea of the businessman, and then
Right.
that doesn't work because he'll get it fixed and he'll just balance those
No,
books. And,
they
Not
And
an
then
insider. They didn't want an
no, and then you
insider.
get, same thing. A combination of the businessman, the draining the swamp appeals to a lot of people. They all know
Yeah.
they're on
He
the
said
tape.
all the
we
right
all hate
things
it.
for
So
these
certainly,
people. He
that's-
said all the
all
right
those
things.
things have made sense to everybody.
Jobs,
that has not
he said
liked it.
jobs. He wore the
Sure,
red fucking hat.
Infrastructure.
All the
Yeah.
people I know that liked him and voted for him, they all say the same thing. He's a little, they just like you said, they like everything he says wants to happen. Secure our borders, keep our people safe, make America great again. get the freaking.
I never liked that. I hated that, by the way, because I always thought we are great. I'm a big homer.
Yeah.
I'm a big homer. So,
No,
Ray Charles. Fuck you. Louis Armstrong. Fuck you. Mark Twain. Fuck you. When was this country not great? You fucking dick.
Yeah, the great.
We'll take some hits every now and then. We're not always amazing. We don't always do the best thing right away. We went to the fucking moon. Shut the fuck up.
Yes,
I
love this
meant
country.
I took it as make America great again, meaning get us out of the trillions of dollars of debt and bring business back here instead of making everything in China. Make America great again in that aspect.
Well, we were never not great.
Everybody interpreted it.
That's
Everybody
true.
interpreted it
Pick another
differently.
slogan.
That's true. We are great because I wouldn't live anywhere
I
else.
couldn't
live
live
anywhere else
People
either.
are fucking
I would
killing
never
themselves
live
to get in
anywhere
here
else.
forever, and rightfully so.
I would never live anywhere else.
You're gonna fucking sit in Cuba and make a little raft out of 2 milk crates and an inner tube and take a chance.
That's how bad it is that they'll
they
die
still
on the
wanna get
way
here.
over.
Exactly.
My grandmother, forget it, came over here on a boat. She had nobody here. She was starving when she got here. I mean, they want to get away from their country, which is there's something horrible going on. They're starving or they were doing whatever. They had to get away. But
I just think the people who voted for him are just like they didn't want to vote for her.
Sure.
I think that's
so.
They made a
that
horrible
was your
mistake in picking
choice.
somebody that nobody liked. That's your fault.
I agree.
You found somebody that nobody liked.
Why did they do that?
They didn't have enough research on it. They thought everybody liked her, and they
were
were wrong.
So
they
wrong.
Were dead fucking wrong.
If they had put in Bernie Sanders, I think we would have a different president right now.
Who knows?
I think there were a lot of
I liked
people.
Bernie. He was cute. I
thought
would have
he was
voted
great.
for him.
I didn't see how he was going to pull off the free college for everybody, but I like that idea.
You know what? All these other countries do.
Why can't we do it?
Because
why not?
most of them have endowments, and they're all not state regulated.
Wait
the
a
first
second,
place you'd be
we
able to
can
start would
do
be
it.
state colleges, but Harvard University, private institutions of learning get to do whatever the fuck they want based on the rules that are made, as long as they're not breaking national laws.
But can I say?
So you're not going to get the Ivy League to start taking everybody for free if they don't want to.
No.
But maybe it's a start. Maybe they would have.
I like
wear it
the
down.
idea.
You wear it
I
down.
was
You wear
for
it
it. I
down.
Well, you have to have the grades to get into Harvard.
Sure.
But here's the thing. I think we're paying taxes on everything we do. Our taxes that we pay, like for our homes,
Sure.
New York is being so raped over the coals of my house taxes when I lived in Bethpage were $18,900, no backyard. That's crazy.
Yep.
Where the fuck is this money going? My money 1 year could pay for some kids' college.
We still come up short though, even with all the
How?
income, because
they're
the
crooks.
idiots. Yes, exactly.
They're crooks.
Everybody's little. Here's 5 for me. Here's 5 for me. 10 over here.
Right,
Put over
right.
there. Slide this here. Don't
Yeah.
look right there.
Listen,
fix that road later. Put that 100,000
People
over
steal
here.
shit.
Yeah,
My firehouse where I live, they stole. Said the accountant stole $5 million.
Right.
And this is all money that had been donated to the firehouse. This is all stuff.
Right,
and
that's
this
the
is
problem.
taxpayer money. And some douche walks in and steals it. But I do think that you could give free education. Here's what I think. And people say, oh, well, you're a socialist, blah, blah, blah. Free education. Because, people called, what's his name, a socialist when he wanted to give Social Security and, back in the day. And everyone was so
Roosevelt,
against it. Yeah. And then everyone's like, oh, we do like that, And it's like, yeah, that is a good thing. And I just feel like I think you could get a college education, and I think we could have health care for everybody. That other countries do it.
I think we could have health care if we made people work. That people that are now not working, that are purposely not working because it's easier to collect a check, and that
that's
are
always
perfectly fine to fucking work. I think if you started controlling that and giving people health care, I think is easier.
You just we got to count on the honest guy to come through every now and then. The black part of town, in my town where I grew up, that used to just be the bad part of town. Well, they got tired of all the rednecks messing with them and going over and just wreaking havoc. So they, in a brilliant move, they incorporated and became their own city. So what used to be just the black part of town became Hobson City, Alabama. It's one of the first incorporated all-black towns in America.
Really?
And it's in our little town, right? And they totally fix it that way. You can have your own elected officials, your own police force, your own everything. Fire department, you are incorporated.
Can you be white and live there?
Absolutely.
If you want.
If you wanted to, sure.
When did they do this?
So
What year?
This was in the late 60s, early 70s. And it only took them to about the 80s for them to all get corrupt. And like my graduation year, so this went from this really cool, positive thing where these people enacted change, made their own thing, and then got so used to it that they went like everybody else in politics, give me the take, give me the take. And it almost brought the whole city down because all the officials, they had to clean the house. It was one of those things where everybody
understood the Marion Barry story. It was like how he went to coke with a prostitute or
crack smoking crack with
a prostitute. He goes to jail. He comes back. They re-vote him. Why?
It's amazing.
Why?
Because
Why would
people
they
are stupid.
That's politics.
People are stupid.
It's crazy.
It's sheer stupidity. But I got to tell you, they eventually get caught.
Hopefully.
Yeah, they
Most
do.
of them,
They
you
do.
know. I can't wait to see what's going to happen to Chris Christie then.
Oh, when I saw that fat piece of shit sitting in that chair on the beach where it's closed off to everybody, that I want to fucking punch him in his fat little face.
Yes.
He thinks that the rules don't apply, and ever. He's just the worst human being.
I said about a month ago down in Asbury Park, opening for Ron at the Count Basie, or at Red Bank. I virtually said, I walked out, because that had just happened 2 days before, and I walked out on stage, instead of paraphrasing of everything you just said, and they jumped to their feet and were cheering.
Really?
They were all, I'm like, you guys realize that's not a joke there.
Yeah,
I just basically said how mad I am about something. I don't
hilarious.
think there's no clever writing.
The anger I felt
that was
when
me.
I saw that
and they
picture.
enjoyed it so much that they were cheering and clapping. They were so happy. They're like, we too, us too, we hate this fucker. We can't stand
How about
it.
when they said, when somebody called him on it, he said, well, you get a job in politics, then maybe you can sit on the beach.
You can do whatever you want.
Like
to do.
I don't want that.
He
I don't
doubled
want that.
down and
I
was a complete asshole.
Like I said, I hope there's a God, because I know there is one. They're going to have to answer for the evil shit that they've done to people on this planet.
Well, he's eating little children, so he's going to really have a lot to pay for. Because you just can't get away with eating little babies. They're going to get you if there's a throne in heaven.
Those
you will
legs.
You will be
I'll
punished.
never forget those legs in that
All
bathing
of it.
suit.
It's,
He's
it's just so. I like it when he wears his shorts and he tucks his shirt in, and it makes his whole. He's just Humpty Dumpty. He's just completely Humpty Dumpty.
How
It's
about
so
when he
funny.
wore that baseball outfit? He threw the pitch and he had a camel toe.
He totally
you
had
always
yes.
have to. You got to look up Chris Christie camel toe. In that, oh my God!
I don't want to.
It is. He looks like a woman.
Yeah, it looks like a-
where?
looks like a
Where's
catcher's
his
mitt.
penis?
Still broadcasting, because it says we're not.
What do you mean? How long do we lose it for?
No, just like
60
60 seconds.
seconds?
The Wi-Fi.
Something happened.
We're okay.
Might pull the
We're
switch.
okay now. We're good. Okay. So we might have lost you for a second, people, but we're here. All right, did we lose people?
No.
No, we're good. Okay. I want to find out because comics always have like crazy childhoods.
Right.
Am I allowed to talk about your
Sure.
crazy childhood?
I've talked about it a million times.
You have?
Yeah.
Is it okay to talk about?
Sure.
So your dad leaves, or what happened? What's your story? You have like and then you have a crazy stepfather, and then
I had a really good stepfather.
Okay. You had a good stepfather.
Yes, I had a
It was your
stepfather.
father who was
yes,
crazy.
he was awful.
Okay.
My mom, my older two brothers are with one crazy guy.
What do you mean they're with one crazy guy?
Her first husband.
Oh,
she
gave
has
birth.
Yes, she has two children with the first husband.
Okay.
And then they get a divorce. He was crazy.
He was crazy.
He ended up being so crazy that the next woman he was with shot him.
Ah.
Didn't kill him, but shot him. Because he was trying to beat her up one day, and I think he didn't know she had the pistol, and she just pulled it out and shot him.
Where'd she shoot him? In what
in
part?
the side. In the
Hopefully
side. She got
in the
him.
dick.
She tried to gut shot him. She got him. She was shooting for the belly button, I'm pretty sure, but she kind of got him on the side.
Wow.
And almost killed him. And so my mom divorced that guy, and then she meets my dad, and she got two little ones. And so my dad is immediately campaigning that he's the right guy for her because he's going to adopt them, and that's why we're all Henleys. They're legally adopted. We're all the same name.
Okay.
But
That's nice.
No, she tells me years later that, yeah, she didn't really like him. She just liked his sales pitch.
Right.
But she didn't love him.
Right,
She didn't
like-
want to marry the
like-
dude. It's
like
the
Trump.
60s. It's down south. It's the 60s.
He had a good sales
You get a
pitch.
yeah, exactly. But she married two guys, and I remember when I was later on, when I was like 13, we would go to dinner once a week, and I would take her to dinner. And so I would use my lawn money and stuff to take her to dinner. We would go to Shoney's.
You did?
Yeah, we'd go to Shoney's.
Oh, so you're an only child from...
No, they're so much older than me that, like, my brother's 12. The oldest one's 12 years older than I am. So by the time I'm 12, he's 24.
So he's out of the house.
But
He's
there's
gone.
nothing after you.
No, there's nothing after me. I'm the young.
Okay,
I'm the
so
baby.
you're the only one for your
Yeah.
father.
And then so Mike is 7 years older than me. So by the time I'm 12, he's 19. He's
okay.
in college. So
Right.
the majority of the time, from when I'm 11 till I'm 18, for 7 years there, it's just me and my mom in the house.
Okay.
And so I would take her to dinner, and we'd get caught up on what was going on.
And you take her out to dinner?
We'd have
That's
to,
so sweet.
it was like $7 for both of us put together to go to Shoney's and get the buffet.
That's funny.
That's so sweet.
And so I asked her after a couple of years of this, when I thought we were close enough, I'm like, okay, I got to ask you, because we get along really well, and I think you're so awesome. How did you marry not one, but two alcoholic wife beaters? You married two. What were you thinking? You're so awesome. I can't even. And she goes, well, honey, I'll tell you. She goes, well, the first guy, he was just it was like Romeo and Juliet. I was like a teenage girl. And she goes, I don't know if you know this, Vic, but teenage girl, a 17-year-old girl knows everything there is to know on the planet Earth. I don't know if you know that or not, but 17-year-olds, they know that much.
And
so
they're the dumbest people on the planet.
And her mother was saying, stay away from the guy with the leather jacket and the motorcycle.
Oh,
He's the
no.
bad boy at the end of the block. And she goes running right down there to him. And next thing you know, she's pregnant with a kid at 17.
And then she married him.
Got married. And so she always reminds me when I tell this story. She's like, tell everybody we were married. It's okay to say I was pregnant as a teenager, but just say we were married. I'm like, okay, that's the weird part.
So wait a minute. He leaves or she leaves him?
She leaves him. She gets rid of him. She starts going out with my dad. He convinces her to marry him. They get married. He adopts my brothers. They have me.
When does he start being an alcoholic, though?
He would be a binge guy. He would vanish on her. He'd be good for a year. Like they had a little service, and like his dad, my grandfather Henley, after the day they got married, he walks over to her and goes, puts his arm around her and goes, well, we just love you so much, and you got so much going for you, and we just really hope you're going to be able to straighten him out. And she's like, what's wrong with him?
Bad
I didn't know there was
sign.
anything wrong with him.
That's a red flag.
Yeah. He waited. And
because everybody else can see it, but you, because you're in love.
We
when you're
hope
having
you can.
sex with
We
someone,
hope you
don't
can
see
fix him.
Yeah.
This went on. And then he would get good jobs and lose them and vanish. And he's, I don't remember too much. I remember, by the time I'm 5 or 6, kindergarten and first grade, this is when my ass whippings start.
Oh, at 5?
Yeah, you pop off or say the wrong thing or bring home. I would make all A's on my report card, but I was loud as I am now and faster even then.
Yeah.
And I would I get needs improvement on my conduct, and I'd have all A's on reading, writing.
Right.
And he would beat the piss out of me.
Yeah, but where was your mother when this happened? Because when my husband
She's
goes
at work a lot. She's at work a lot.
I get it, but if my husband goes near my kids, I jump right in the middle.
Well, she took several punches to the face, and several times. It got so bad. I can remember growing up, and she's cried and apologized to me my entire adult life for not waiting in there more.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah,
I watched. She had a little dental implant thing that was like a partial that she used to pop in. I watched him hit her so hard one night he knocked it out of her mouth.
Oh my God!
So yeah, it was just awful. And so and there's no one there. Mike and Terry are already gone. Or
Now, do you have love for this man?
He's dead.
But
It's the
did
best
you have
part.
love for
No.
him?
No, he sounds like a horrible human being.
As soon as I was 3 or 4 years old, my mom also reminds me that I was like at dinner one night, and he wasn't around, and we're just sitting there, Mike, Terry, me, and my mom, and I'm like, is it wrong to say I like everybody sitting here, and we're just much better when he's not here? Is there some way if we get rid of this guy? I like these 4 here. I'm very happy with these people.
Isn't that sad?
It's awful,
funny.
but I had it
Your
figured
blood.
out.
That was your
I had it figured
bloodline.
out.
The
Take the
kid
fucking
knew.
devil out of the equation,
the
and
kid
we're a
knew.
happy, loving group.
That's right.
Take the devil out of the equation. Everything's going to be completely
And
fine.
you're the complete opposite. You're such a mild-mannered, very sweet, loving person.
But I
I
could see you
tried.
get mad.
Oh,
I could see you get
sure.
mad.
I hate
Could you?
it. Not.
Or no?
You've never hit a woman.
No, God,
no, I'm not saying that.
I've screamed. Victoria and I would fight and scream each other, and I didn't like that. I was my ugliest screaming
Because you
relationship
brings
person.
you back to that guy.
I think, yeah, I don't, and that's what I would always tell her. I'm like, when things get loud right away,
Makes
I
you
think
feel-
something bad's about to happen.
That's right.
So just go, hey, let's go for a walk. Talk to me about anything. But screaming right off the bat. You come at me full on freight train. I'm assuming somebody's about to get the shit beat out of them. So then I'm going to scream back at you to just try to back you off me. But I would always say that. I go, I've never been to therapy and don't need to go, but I can tell you for sure, starting loud and aggressive and mean with me reminds me of that, and nothing good happened my first 15 years of life when it started out
How did you get
bad.
rid of him? How'd you get rid of the father?
Terry beats his ass. My older brother whips his ass in the front yard. And so,
yeah. How did that happen? What happened?
This is,
I love this story. I remember this story.
This is
Because,
terrible.
it's his mother.
So she's at home from the hospital after just having, I think she had a hysterectomy.
Oh my God.
And so I'm about 7, and she's first day home from the hospital. My aunt, her sister, is there watching her, and I think he thinks in a weak moment he's going to come back and terrorize us one more time.
Your father.
Yes, and he says he's going to come take me and maybe me and Mike. Well, Mike would have been 14. I think Mike would have put up a little bit of
Where's
a fight.
he going to take you?
It's just
Anyway.
He's going to do the crazy father
Well, they
thing
do
and
shit.
take
People,
the kids.
people take their kids
Oh,
and then
yeah,
they
yeah,
murder
they
them
kidnap
just so the
them.
mother.
I'll take them and raise them just to keep them from you. I don't know if there's anything
that's
dangerous going
so
on or whatever.
horrible, yeah.
So she gets enough of a heads up on this. She calls my older brother, who's 19. He's at college playing football at Auburn. So
Now,
he's
how
a
old's
big-
your father at the time?
So I don't know. If I was 7, he's probably 40. I don't know.
So your brother's
maybe.
half his age.
Yeah, roughly. And,
This is
And
the
a lot
football player.
fitter.
yeah. And shows up, and so my mom tells me and Mike to hide in the closet in case he gets inside. And then, but Terry gets there before Paul Henley shows up. Paul Henley
Wait,
was
she
his
tells
name.
you and your
Mike.
Mike.
She goes, go in the closet in case I don't want. If he comes storming in here, I'll at least want him to have to look for you. I can't get out of the bed. If this comes down to it, just hide.
If your father gets there, okay.
But then Terry shows up, and so now we're waiting, and now we're not. Now we know. Ooh, the bully is about to get the piss beat out of him for the first time ever. And I can remember vividly sitting in the closet with Mike. Mike's like, I don't think we need to sit in here any longer. You heard Terry out there. I go. He goes, I think we're going to stand in the kitchen right now. We will watch him beat his ass in the front yard.
Come on.
We had these windows that overlooked our driveway, right out in the front
like a
yard.
movie.
And Mike and I stood right there and watched Terry Henley beat the living shit out of this somebody. He got out of the car. He walked over. Terry met him at the front door, closed the front door, stepped down into the driveway, told him, stuck his hand up and said, you're not going in there. We're through with you. You're getting in that car. You're going to turn around and leave. This is it. So you just see, Mike and I are looking through the window. We just see the stop, the hand gestures. And then finally Paul Henley runs at him, and Terry Henley just starts beating the shit out of him. He beats him so bad. He had to crawl underneath his car to get Terry from stop hitting him. So Mike and I
Because he had all those years of anger
Yes,
bottled up between your father
Reuben Kelly and Paul Henley. He
him.
beat the shit out of him
I
for every
love
bully
that
on the
story.
planet Earth. And so Mike and I, he hits
Every
him
punch
so bad.
for his mother.
The arm comes out from underneath the car and is waving like if you just back off, I will get up and drive away. I'll get up and drive away. So you see Terry start backing away. And all of a sudden he crawls his ass back out from under the car, gets in his car and drove away. And we
guys
Never saw him
cheering?
again.
saw him 17 years later. I saw him 17
What
years
what
later.
did he say? 17? Oh, I love
I'm surprised
that.
you all
So-
kept his name.
So, well, they were Terry.
Oh,
was,
he's a Henley. He was
he's
Henley.
I'm the really only Henley because
Right,
Mike
the other
and Terry
kids.
are adopted.
What was your mother's maiden name?
Flint.
Yeah,
Why
I
go
would've
not to go
changed to
Flint?
Because Mike and Terry was already becoming an All-American football player at
Oh,
that
yeah,
time,
that's
so
right.
he's
He was
already
a
Terry
football-
Henley.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's in the newspaper as Terry Henley. Everything just says Terry Henley
Oh,
on it.
yeah,
so,
yeah.
So and Mike is doing the same thing in high school football. They're 4 years apart. So
Did you play football?
No, I was the smart one.
It seemed like every Southern movie,
That was their answer. There's always two of them play football. But that's what they would say. They're like, does he play too? And they're like, no, he makes all A's. He's too smart to get his head kicked in. We're hoping he's going to do better than us.
Wow.
That was their answer in all the articles when they would interview him. They're like, there's another one. Does he play ball? And they're like, hell no.
different father.
No, they like me.
So it seems like all Southern movies, like the wife always got her ass kicked by Southern men. Southern men have a heavy hand.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Do you
Like
think that's
Patsy
more?
Cline.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
she-
yeah, all that
Patsy
stuff.
Cline got her ass kicked. And the other one, too. What's the other one that came to her age? She got her
Loretta
ass kicked.
Lynn.
Loretta Lynn got
Loretta
her ass
Lynn
kicked.
got- yeah, their
And they
husbands would-
stayed with them.
That's the generational. I don't know if it's just Southern. I think that's at a certain time in America, no matter where you were from,
But
it was
when
like,
I- when
oh,
I
little
think-
lady, you better shut up or I'm just going to slap you.
But like
I
my
think that
dad
went
never
on
hit my
everywhere.
mother. My
Yeah.
dad
No,
never
my
hit
father
my
would
mother.
never touch my mother,
No, but-
ever.
So is that a Southern thing?
I don't think it is. I think it's
Just
a
thinking-
white trash thing. Although I'm
It's
sure
a white
maybe
trash
it's white
thing.
trash.
I'm sure abuse. I'm sure there's
It's
plenty of
a
people.
trash thing because it exists in every color.
Yeah, right. And income level. You could be a rich person and still be a
Yeah, no, it has
Oh, yeah,
nothing
it's
to do
bad.
with it. It's a
crazy,
power
It's
trip.
a crazy person thing. Yeah. It's a-
No,
You know?
I gotta attest, I'm from way up north, and
And?
the fucking the white trash up there, they'll smack the old
Where
lady.
Yeah,
way up?
absolutely.
Where are you from?
I'm
up
from,
here?
I'm from Minnesota, like almost near Canada.
Oh yeah. Did your dad
And-
ever hit?
Oh
your-
no, my dad was a good guy, but like there's white trash everywhere. Is
Oh,
what
sure.
you
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
That's why the
Yeah,
Senate
it's
exists.
more of an income thing than it is, I think.
No, you're wrong. It could be rich guys could beat the shit.
Well,
out
oh
of
yeah,
them.
that's true.
It's a power
there,
trip.
there could be, but I think it's more prevalent in like trailer parks.
When
than
you throw in
gated
low income
communities.
and
Yeah, yeah.
drug abuse and
Yeah,
you
that
know, a
too,
whole
that-
bunch of
that
things,
helps.
you know,
Yeah, exactly.
alcoholism.
Little Keystone Light.
See,
and
like
some
right now, I
crystal
feel
meth.
like beating the shit
Crystal
out of
meth.
Adam.
Krista.
Really?
Just kidding.
Are you broke?
Yes, actually.
We all are.
But I'm gonna win the Powerball.
But now to end this, my mom
Yes.
meets my stepdad when I was
Wait,
about
your
13.
mom meets your
My
stepdad.
stepdad.
Oh, the one that you like.
The good one, yes. So
Okay,
we
the
had
good one.
George Klein was
Number
his
3.
name. Number 3 for her.
Take his name, George
And so-
Klein. Is he
so-
Jewish, Klein?
No, he's not. No, but she always goes, K-L-E-I-N, like Calvin. That's what my mom would say when she changed her name when she got married. She's Gloria Klein, K-L-E-I-N, like Calvin.
That's funny.
Oh, that was her retail side.
I love the voice.
She's crazy. She's
So
absolutely
you- so
insane.
she- yeah,
So
so-
anyway, we lost him to cancer about 12 years ago, but we had him in our lives for about 30 years. So we
So
had
wait,
the
he
two.
was
We had the two
how
crazy
old
guys.
were you when he came
He
in?
came in. I was about 12 or 13 when they started dating. She made him wait for 7 years till I was going to graduate college.
Before
make
she'd let him
sure
in.
that
Before
he
she let him.
wasn't
Before
She didn't want to make a
He
mistake
got an
again.
apartment down the street. He lived a mile away down the street in his own apartment. He would come to our
Good
house
for her.
every night for dinner and then go home to his apartment.
Good
He
for
never
her.
spent the night for 7 years.
Did they have sex?
I'm assuming when I wasn't around, but he.
No, that was great.
It had to be separate. I've got one more child to raise, and I'm not bringing another man into this until I'm
No.
through with this
'Cause
final child.
How do you trust yourself if
After
you make
this.
two bad
Yes.
choices
And she
like
said,
that?
"No, I'm done, and I'm not."
And he
gonna.
was a nice guy.
He was a
turned
great guy, coolest guy.
He
ever,
didn't
yeah.
drink?
No, he had a glass of wine every now and then. But
He wasn't
he's-
a lush.
They're dating 3 years, and me and my two brothers are going, marry him, marry him. This is the guy.
That's
She's
the
like,
right
no.
guy.
He asked me all the time. I'm saying no. I'm not doing it
Did
ever
they finally
again.
got married?
And so
They-
after 7
after
years,
you were
yeah.
gone.
But
And then he
Mike
moved
and
into
Terry
the
and I
house.
we're all telling her 3 years in. We're like, don't make him keep waiting. And then he finally went, I'm just not going to ask anymore, and you let me know when you're ready.
Oh, that's nice.
I love that.
So he
I
just
love
hung
that
out for another 3 or
story.
4
Patty,
years.
that's what what's his name's saying. Kevin. I'm not
Kevin's
gonna
gonna marry me this
She
year.
made him. He's been around forever, right?
15 years.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
engaged.
He's a great
15
guy.
years.
I know he's lovely. I love him.
Love
He's
him.
great.
He's the
He's a great
nicest
guy.
guy.
If it ain't
Just
broke,
doesn't
don't
want
fix
to
it.
commit.
So
We got to. I'm talking him into it though. After my ex-husband got married, I'm like, look, if
You
my
got a
gay
little leeway
ex-husband
now.
can get
Right.
married, you should marry
and the kids
me.
are grown. The kids
That's
are grown.
right.
You
That's
got
right.
nothing?
Nobody's in the house.
No, that's true.
Let's elope.
Our friends in Cleveland, my girl, it's one of her dear friends forever. They just did it. They were about.
They eloped?
They just finally got married after like 13 years together.
Really?
Wow.
And hers is in college now, and he's about to graduate. And they went to Jamaica last year. So their anniversary was 3 weeks ago. But they waited. Jim was not going to move forever, and Pam was like, "Come on, Jim, seriously." And all their friends were like, "It's been 13
I know.
years.
Like, what are you waiting
Good
for?
God.
What could go wrong? I go. You
You
know
know.
how I am. I mean,
And
I'm
so-
horrible.
No.
Maybe that's why.
I think it could be.
No, but we
I'm
were laughing.
hor-
Hey, just when some guys are ready, they're ready. I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't think I'd get married again.
You wouldn't?
No way.
Why?
Because I can't stand people.
You know, my sister's.
Little things get on your nerves after a while, like his
Are you divorced
chewing.
now? You're
no.
divorced now. You're
I have
still
a great
Yeah,
husband.
exactly.
He's a great guy.
That's what
He's
I
a good
thought.
guy. He does wake up on the wrong side of the bed a lot, like where he's grumpy. And yesterday I asked him a question. No, I brought in this pad to put under the couch so the couch doesn't slide. And he looked at me and he goes, "We're not doing that tonight."
What does that mean?
He didn't want to
I
get
go-
off it and lift something up or help her
I
for
looked
a
at him and I
second.
go,
Why not?
"Did I fucking ask you? Like I ever fucking needed a man to help me move anything? Fuck yourself." Fucking really? And then all of a sudden he was like,
Carrie.
he goes, "Why are you talking to me like that?" I go, "That's how you came at me, and I came up one notch. You came at me with that attitude, and I went up a notch." No, because and my friend was like, she's like, "Oh, he's just tired, and his back hurts." I go to my friend, "Well, then you know what? Maybe you should go fuck him." I want to defend him.
Victoria, the second one, my second one.
Your second one.
Whenever I would do that, if it was just woke up wrong or a little too, she wouldn't get. Even though she was a feisty fighter, she would always go, "You're coming in a little hot," and I would laugh every time, and I would go from getting really mad and about to snap to going, "Okay, sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Like,
sorry.
really?
Let me get a coffee. I'll be right back." But I
Wow,
remember the
that's
first time-
funny.
But the first time, she didn't know how it was going to go. The first time she yelled it back at me, and she thought I was really, really angry, and I just burst into laughter.
That's
I
funny.
just heard,
You know what it is?
It is funny.
So
You know
then
what
she
it
knew
is?
you could say it, and it would work every time. It would work. It was a good diffuser, even though I needed more of those.
But
with her,
here's the thing: it's an all-day thing. Like you're
Yes.
working. It's a
Yes.
grind. It's a grind. You get home after it's like 8 o'clock at night, and then you see me coming in. Now, meanwhile, I make dinner.
Sure.
You got a nice meal at
Yeah.
So I
You
try.
always make dinner?
Well, lately I've been making dinner every night, but when I'm at the
Wow.
restaurant, I can't. But so when you come in, I get it that this isn't a direct at me. I'm hoping. I'm hoping
Right.
it
Yes.
was something that happened to you
Earlier.
all day.
Yeah.
Some asshole said something to you, cut you off, whatever.
Right.
But so I kind of like but when you come at me like that, I got to go up one notch. And when I go up one notch,
That's everybody else's 50 notches.
My ex-husband and I, our fights were, I mean, we threw shit. It
did
got
he
ugly.
slap you because he was gay?
He pushed me once. He pushed me into the shower stall once. Oh my
Well,
God!
that would
It
be a
got so
girl
ugly.
fight. It wouldn't be
I
like
threw
a real
the.
fight.
Did I tell the story where I threw the hairspray can at him?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I went right next to his head. It was fun.
My brother Mike, his wife, apparently his second wife, who just was apparently every night when they go to sleep, she would just stay up another 20 minutes and just stare at him and thinking about how to murder him.
Oh my God.
And she would drink, and she started drinking. She just looking. He's a nice guy. He's a real nice guy. He's not doing anything, but she's just drinking
See, that's
bourbon.
scary.
He's right, and so this culminates with her. One night, something happened, and she grabbed the clock radio off the nightstand
God.
and hit him as hard as she could with
Come
it
on.
while he was sound asleep in the bed.
He
That's
divorced
scary.
her.
Oh yeah,
divorced
well,
her.
the first thing he did was
Well, she was mentally unstable.
he woke up and grabbed her by the hair and dragged her down the hallway and stuck her head in the toilet so she could cool off a little bit.
Oh my God!
So he did, but he. And this was in our family for many years. The story would keep coming up, and he was like, because he'd go, "You're the one that beat his wife and dragged her down the hall and stuck her head in the toilet." She hit me with a fucking radio.
Listen, I think if someone hits you first, you have the right to hit them
while you're
back.
asleep.
That's
While you're
terrible.
sound
Yeah,
asleep.
I don't think women should hit like women who hit a man.
Two hands, bam! I mean,
Didn't Phil?
God.
What was his name? That comedian
Phil-
from South?
Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman got killed.
Yeah,
with
the
his
crazy
wife.
wife blew his head off. Right. That's what this led. This was where Kathy
was
was
going.
headed. Yeah, that's where this was
It
going.
was going
Just
that
staring
way.
at him.
And then she killed herself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, she did.
But she was
Left the
she was
kids
all
in the house.
she was all coked up because of I don't know
So
if
she
it's
got
true, but they
paranoid
say
out.
Andy Dick gave her coke. I don't know if that's true,
Oh wow.
but I don't know if that's true. So that's just something I.
You heard from
No.
your ex-husband.
Allegedly.
Do you fight with your
Allegedly.
girlfriend, Adam?
You don't
Throw
give
that
somebody
out.
coke and then
They
that
kill
cause you. You were
somebody.
going to kill them
No,
anyways.
no, but she
Oh, hands
was.
down.
But here's
Hands
the thing:
down.
she
You don't
was
get
a
a-
complete addict, and then had
Oh,
kicked it, and then
okay.
she went to a party, and then got all coked up because someone had given her coke.
Okay,
And
oh,
that's-
I thought you meant he
But
introduced
what
her to
got,
coke.
No,
what
she
got
had
me was that
cleaned
they
up.
had two kids together, and she didn't even think it through, like for her kids.
Listen,
No, she
when
left
you're
them
on
in the house.
when you're on
Yeah, when
drugs
that
and you're an
crazy.
addict,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the least.
No,
you
that's
don't even
crazy
think of that
because
stuff.
coke doesn't do that to you, does it?
Yes.
I don't know.
You ever seen?
I've
okay,
never done coke.
But crack.
Does it make you hallucinate?
No.
It makes you
you
crazy.
want to tell people
Plus
about your
she's-
childhood.
Plus, she's
Something.
drinking and that, and everything. It was everything
right,
together.
whatever.
Can we end on a murder story? It was so happy at the end there with
tell.
your father.
I could think so. Yeah, well,
You
they're
got another
right.
happy
The
story?
George Klein happy.
How
ending was
long
a
have we
good-
been
a
on?
good
I don't
happy
even
ending.
know.
An hour.
Yeah, at least.
Over
Yeah,
an
you
hour.
know why?
At least
Because
an
you're
hour.
so refreshing to talk to.
All right.
You
You
love Vic
are.
Henley. I
Been
love
told
It's a
Vic Henley.
soft
That's my mother.
accent, you know.
My mother,
know.
My mother goes, he's not even funny. I don't know why people think
Your
he's
mother
funny.
says that
She
about
goes,
you?
He's not funny. He's just rude. People think it's, I don't know why they're laughing because I don't think it's funny. I just think it's rude.
Here's the
People
thing-
like accents.
That's
Here's
what
the
she
thing
says
about
all the
you.
time.
Here's the thing about you. I feel like, why are you opening for a lot of these guys? Why aren't you the
You
guy?
got to put ass in the seats, Patty. You got to put asses
Yeah,
in
you
the
gotta
seats.
put-
Nobody
but
knows
why
who I
aren't
am.
you the guy to put the asses in
Nobody,
the
nobody
seats?
knows who
Well,
I
why
am. I
aren't
can't get a
you?
gig.
I don't know
You
why.
know, I
Because
can't
you're
get a
fucking
gig.
hilarious.
All right.
We did
That's
a
all
show.
right.
We did a
Right.
show the other
She
night.
blew the roof off on Nantucket in the theater fucking a
Man,
few years
she's
ago. Killed it.
unbelievable. We did a show, Mom's Night Out. It was about 100 women, and no, 400 women
That
at
was
least.
fun.
When are we going back to the gym?
my
Let's
God.
do the show at the gym. Remember when we did a show at her gym?
Oh yeah.
You were there.
Did?
You were there.
I was?
Yes.
What gym?
You weren't there, I think.
Yeah, you were there at the gym.
Yes.
I wasn't there that
Yes,
night.
you were
I
not
booked
there.
it because
It was
right,
me and you and Joe.
Well,
that
how
was the
come I
last
don't? Wait a
show.
minute, I don't remember.
Yes, you do.
It was
It's
a
got to be
gym?
3 years ago.
It-
It's the only time you ever do a show in a gym.
It was called. I booked it, and you
She booked it.
you were all on the same show,
Yes.
and Kevin was there, and he paid you. But
Yes.
I got a gig that night, and I took the gig.
I don't remember.
Oh my God, it was
You don't
in
remember doing a show about the juice bar in the gym?
the juice bar. It was upstairs. It had black curtains. There were candles.
How many times you rolled into a strip mall and walked into Planet Fitness and go, I'm about to go in here and do 30?
It was called. Wait, it was New York Health and
See,
Fitness.
shit like this
No, it was
scare
something-
me.
Why do you
something
not
fitness.
remember this?
Shit like this scares me because I don't fucking remember.
But anyway, I don't book it anymore because
Who took it? Roger Paul took it from
the
you.
The woman who used to do it got fired.
I remember right.
And she
Okay.
was great.
She
I don't
was
know
really
why
great,
she got fired.
yes.
So anyway, the other club that's down 20 minutes away, she goes, oh, why don't you do it? We'll do it with you down here. I go, great. I spend fucking 2 hours. I tell her how to set up the room. She wants me to come down again, talk to her staff. I come down, another 2 hours, talk to the staff. As you know, this is never fucking. I book the show. I get 3 comics. She doesn't like this one. She doesn't like that one. I got to unbook them, do this, do that. Then somebody cancels. I got to rebook. It's taking all this time. A week before the show. She cancels. And I said to her, well, I am keeping. I made her give me half them. She goes, oh, well, what I want you to do is give me the money back and I'll rebook it. And I said, no, you don't get that money back.
Yeah.
That's why.
Get
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then she goes, well, I'm going to rebook it. And you know what? One more time, she fucked me over again. And I said, you just fucking embarrassed me in front of all my comic friends that I booked on this. It's like, after that, no more.
How many years ago was this?
I don't know.
About
6, 7.
Yeah, 6
That's
or 7.
it? And I can't remember?
Yeah.
Fuck.
For sure. Joe, I'm trying to think of the guy, Joe Lieberman, not the senator.
Joe, his name was Joe, the third
I
act.
don't know, might not be Joe, but he's somebody that, I think it's somebody, is there like, there's a couple of
Was he
DeVitos.
first? Did he go first or second?
No, he's I don't remember. I hosted.
Yeah, I wanted you to host.
I hosted.
Because they were a
and then
really
he went
hard
second,
crowd
and
to
then
get.
She went
and I knew
third.
you would get them.
Yes. And they
Oh,
brought
I
us
know who
food.
it is. Brad Zimmerman.
Brad Zimmerman.
You
I
were
said
the-
Joe
you don't
Lieberman.
remember Brad Zimmerman?
I said Joe Lieberman. That's pretty close to Brad Zimmerman.
You don't remember Brad. Look at Carrie. I can't believe
Right?
Carrie doesn't
You
remember.
got to give me credit.
It was in a gym?
One syllable in Irmerman.
Did I pass gym equipment?
So
Yes, you'd have to
yes.
walk through the
And go
gym and
upstairs.
go up the stairs.
Yes.
I don't remember.
They brought us food. They were really nice.
They gave you egg rolls. Remember the egg rolls and the pizza? You remember the egg rolls and they gave you wine? Oh, my God.
I remember all of it. It was
All
good.
right. It was a good
It
gig,
was
right?
very easy.
What
Easy as
town?
pie.
It was in Jefferson Valley,
There you go.
New York.
I don't know.
And they paid halfway decent. I mean,
You
it
drove
wasn't
there
great.
yourself. You drove yourself there.
I don't
is what
remember.
It was
remember.
better than the
I rode
comedy
with
club
Zimmerman,
one
yeah.
night.
Oh, yeah, it was perfect.
It was good.
I wouldn't have said it was the best gig I've ever done in a gym. Best gym gig
I've
ever.
done some weird. Maybe that's why I blocked it out.
You know.
I was in a gym and I hate.
I did a Christmas party at a titty bar once for all the strippers.
Oh.
You
And
did?
they attacked me on stage and tried to pull my pants off.
Ah.
They knew
Was
the
that
male they knew the male strippers were coming later, and they thought that they really thought I was goofing, that I was like coming out like I'm like
Oh,
the cop.
they-
This guy's the comedian.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
gonna come out. And I'm like,
His
hey.
pants will rip right
yeah,
off.
and they fucking one of them snuck up behind me on stage and got down behind me, and then
kidding
two
me?
of them hit me from the side, and they flipped me over the back, and I'm literally pulling. They're trying to
kidding
unzip
me?
my jeans, and I'm kicking. I'm pulling my pants. I'm like, I'm the comic. I'm not part of the strip show.
How old were you?
So
How
I
old
was
were you?
probably 28.
Oh, so you probably liked it then?
You know,
yes or no? Was
I've
it
never liked
scary?
skanky women. I don't like skanky women.
Yeah, I know,
so
that's great. Hey, are you? I looked up your worth. Is that true? What it says in the?
what does it say I'm worth? I'm
Okay.
not worth any money.
Guess, Carrie.
There's-
Guess what it says.
I-
That I'm worth money?
It says you're worth money.
1.5.
There's no. Who
I
guesses
swear to God,
that?
it says
1.5
it.
million.
It says net worth. It says no more. It says more than that.
9 million.
No, less.
7.
$5 million.
Less.
$4 million.
Less.
3.
Yes,
$3
$3 million. Are you worth
million.
$3 million?
I don't know.
Oh,
No,
he might be.
I don't think so.
See, mine would be a hard no immediately. $3 million.
Well, no.
I'm not worth.
I don't even
100,000.
come up on
No,
that
no.
fucking answer.
No. I don't, if you're counting what my apartment might be worth.
Oh, you bought an apartment?
Yes, I own my apartment. So
Oh,
if you're counting
that's
that,
what they're doing.
if you're counting that,
Yeah,
then,
they count all your assets.
Okay, well, I got a mortgage and ain't paid off yet, but I'm close.
How expensive is your apartment? $3 million?
No, it's probably worth. I don't know.
How many
It has some
bedrooms?
cash.
2-bedroom, 2-bath.
that's a big
It's
apartment.
probably,
Where?
90th Street between Lex and 3rd.
Oh, nice.
So it might be 1.5, something like that. The
Okay.
people that live in the building would tell you that they wished it was 1.5 or something like that.
And you got a little other cash because you
So,
do all you open
you-
for these guys.
If I save my money, I have my 401k in my bank account and my
That's
stock.
they tally it all up.
So, who's counting my shit?
I don't know, but they do.
Who's
I
counting
don't
my
know.
shit?
But they're not counting mine.
No, I don't know.
Whenever I look people up on whatever Wikipedia, it always comes up. It says net worth.
No, I don't have any net worth. Really.
I think they may have even written a computer program. There may be an algorithm. So
somebody can go
any
digging around your
public,
bank accounts?
no, just basically
Oh.
anything public that you have,
Oh,
whether it's
yeah.
contracts out. If you have a contract for $1 million that'll be paid out over the next
Yeah,
3
but I don't
years,
have
they'll
any of that.
count that.
You know, whatever.
Well, they'll count anything that you have contracts on or appreciation, like if your apartment appreciates.
Yeah, sure.
I
I've
think
gone way up in the
Yeah, if
apartment.
you got
if
a
I
pro-
sold it, I wouldn't get. I'd get the equivalent of. I'm never moving.
right, but if you have property in Manhattan,
But
yeah,
the fact that
it'll-
you can buy in $1.3 million house,
I bought it.
$200.
Well, no, it might be worth that now.
You
It was
didn't
worth.
buy it
It
for
was
that.
30 years ago. It was worth 200 grand,
30.
or you know,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
whatever,
All right.
something like that.
It's a good investment.
All
You know, it's not New York real estate has always been a good investment if you get the right thing. You know,
So you're semi-rich.
I'm not semi-rich at all. Hell no.
That's why he's got a young hot girl.
No, I'm not semi-rich at all. No, I need money. I'm this close to going under every single year.
I know they
I
want-
How
never
come
did.
no one had a comment for Vic Henley?
I forget-
Kevin Brennan joined us. I love Kevin
Hi,
Brennan.
Kevin
Don't you
Brennan.
love Kevin
Why are there
Brennan?
no
Absolutely.
comments, Kevin
My
Brennan?
Kevin Brennan. We just did his show and we had Rick Shapiro on. That was a rough one.
Both of those guys are fabulous.
And Kevin's yelling. It was just hysterical. Was that
where
funny?
were
Was it
you?
that fucking
Where
funny?
where
We
was
were
this?
ju- it
We're
was
at
on
the Cumia
Cumia.
show.
Oh, okay.
We thought we were going to be able. That's why we didn't have
Kevin
one
kept
last
yelling
week.
at Rick.
Oh,
Shut
all he
up!
does is
Because
scream.
we thought we were going to be able to put it on,
I got
Chit
it.
Chat.
Sure.
But then they were like, "No, this is Cumia." I'm like, "Oh, God damn it!"
All right.
So,
It was Kevin's show on
on
Compound.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Can I see that? Maybe see anyone made a comment to.
A lot of
Mine's
people
not
just
even
said
on.
hi.
Nobody cares.
A lot of people
Nobody
said
cares.
hi.
Oh, that was it.
Nobody
Yeah.
cares.
All right.
No,
well,
they care.
anyway,
They
Wondered
care.
that.
They're just not.
They're captured to such an extreme extent with the scintillating.
Maybe they were too riveted to even think of a
to even
question.
pick up the
Maybe our thing
keypad.
wasn't on. What, you sure it was on? It was on. Okay, we're on. So are we closing out, Carrie
yeah, we're
Carabas?
closing out. I think it was a great show today.
I thought it was too. I
It
love
went by really fast.
Vic
Listen.
Henley.
Always a good
If
I
invitation.
you're
love your
racist,
stories.
if you're racist, don't be a racist, please,
Right.
anymore.
You might
Okay,
be a
Karen.
racist if.
Right.
You
might be
wrote
racist,
the
yeah.
books with him,
I
right?
wrote some of them, yeah. My buddy Phil, who's not even a comedian, probably wrote. There's 150 in the first book, and Phil King, just a regular funny person I've known since 8th grade.
Right.
He's probably 40 of them.
Wow.
Did 40 of the books?
30 or 40 of the
Might be a
jokes. No, they're
redneck.
one-liner jokes.
Oh.
In the first book, there are 150 one-liner jokes.
And how many did you write?
And I don't probably me and Phil, we.
Why didn't he have you in that group?
I had already left. I had already bailed out. They had a crazy manager who is under a whole lot of trouble right now, and they worked with this guy for a long, long time. And I saw the crazy coming way before,
Oh.
and I bailed out about 4 or 5 years before that ever hit.
But then
a lot of
But
the
then
stuff,
they hit though.
but they
But
still,
afterwards,
they were
you
still
didn't
working
get-
with the crazy guy.
It doesn't matter. You would have been rich, really rich
Well,
right
I
now.
don't. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Get her
I told
done.
everybody I made a
Get
lot of
her
money
done.
on the goober train. I made
Okay.
plenty of money on
Okay,
the goober,
goober train.
the goober train. A bunch of goobers, a bunch of idiots,
Yeah,
a bunch of rednecks, a bunch of peckerwoods, a bunch of hilljacks.
Get her done.
So
The goober train.
the goober train.
The
That's what I
goober
call
train.
it. So
I
the
love
goober,
it.
So yeah, he's made a fortune. Good lord.
Who has?
Dan Whitney, Larry the Cable Guy's name is Dan Whitney.
Oh, I don't
But
know.
she
who
said
that
get
is.
Get her done.
But his
Oh, yeah.
name's Dan Whitney, so it's hard
And
for
you
me
know,
not to call him anything
he's
but Dan.
you're
He's
funny.
lovely.
I think he's funny.
I
He's
know his mom
lovely?
and
I
dad.
think
He's a
he's
great
funny.
guy.
He does
All
make
those
you
guys.
laugh.
I saw Foxworthy 3
He-
weeks ago. He came and did Nantucket this year.
Oh,
Look,
yeah, I saw
yeah.
the picture. Yeah.
Yeah. it was
He's
great.
funny, but I think you're funnier.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a character.
I
You know,
guess.
it's to each his own.
I know.
All right.
Depends on what you like.
Me too.
I guess.
Not a nicer guy you're going to meet though.
Who?
He
Super
is a nice
generous
guy.
Whitney.
Oh,
Both
okay.
both of them.
The
Yeah, yeah.
chubby
Actually,
one.
all three. I don't know Ingval. Ingval's the fourth one that I know
You don't
the
know
least.
him?
I know him a little bit, but I know the other three for 30 years and hang out and been to their homes.
Oh, really?
They all have the same accent.
I know you.
We all work together all the time.
That's
The
hilarious.
circuit. They
Yeah.
did the
The circuit.
southern
We were on the
circuit.
Funny Bone tour.
Yeah.
Anything you want to promote besides your
at
redneck
Vic Henley,
books?
at Vic Henley on Twitter, and
At Vic Henley on Twitter.
Instagram too, at Vic Henley.
And you perform all over the city club.
I'm working all over the city. I'm here tonight at the Comic Strip Live. I'm at Gotham this Saturday. That's bad to plug one club from a different one. I don't give a shit. I'm at Gotham for 2 shows this Saturday.
Okay.
And all through the fall, just check tatersalad.com. And
Tater Salad?
Tater Salad, that's Ron White's website. Tatersalad.com and Ron and KathleenMadigan.com because
I love
I'm
them.
opening
You
for
open
her
for
too.
both of them?
Yeah.
She's great.
So yeah, I'm doing. I got them all on my at Facebook. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter and everything because I always post the shows.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
at least a month ahead of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Carrie,
Great.
where are you?
I'm probably a gyrolicious.
I love Gyrolicious.
I love
That's
your food.
Euro,
Go to
Eurolicious.
Gyrolicious.
Euro,
Delicious.
Euro, not gyro, Euro.
Eurolicious. Eurolicious.
I
Yasu,
will be
puisse.
at Rockwell's Restaurant on Saturday
Where's that?
night, 9:30 show in Pelham, New York.
Hey.
Oh, I like.
So-
Oh, that's near me. I
Yes,
could come.
let me tell you. And this is the first time I'm getting in there, so I will definitely put a word in for you,
Oh, I
baby.
don't-
Do you want to work there? No.
I don't know if I want to work.
Oh, okay.
Rocco's
You wanna
Italian
work
Restaurant
there?
in Pelham.
It's a nice place. I've heard.
I'm sure
Good
the
food.
food's really good.
That's what they
Mom,
say.
You
the
know what?
food's great.
Yeah,
the
put a
steakhouse
word in
place?
for me. No, it's Italian probably.
the
It's
one-
American food.
Did Sherrod? I think Sherrod did this one. He really liked
You
it.
know who? Yeah, a lot of people really like it. It's close by.
Well, if
good
it's good food, put a word in for me.
And then what's his name is going to be there Thursday night. What's his name? Who's the guy who Oh, fuck. I can't. Why can't I think of words?
Just like I can't remember
you
that
can't
fucking
remember
gig.
the thing. I can't think of a word. The amazing Kreskin.
No, he's still alive.
He's alive and he's going to be in
You're
Rockwell.
so funny.
Did we learn if Jim Neighbors is alive?
Do you?
Because we've learned a lot today. Kreskin is alive and Jim Neighbors is
Jim Neighbors is alive. He is 87 years old.
Okay.
Oh my God!
Oh, wow, and he's still doing good. Good.
My
I don't know if he's doing well, but
My fiance went to see The Amazing Grace. He always this is his saddest story because he went with his first wife, who dragged him to all these things. And The Amazing Kreskin said to Kevin, you know, the wife was like, I want to go, up on stage, you know, to be. So she goes up on stage, and then he goes, come on, you too. And Kevin's like, no, I don't want to go. He goes, no, come on. And he wouldn't let up, and he made Kevin go on stage. And, of course, everybody up there is clucking like a chicken except for Kevin. Like, Kevin would not go under. And the guy's like, okay, go back to your seat.
Well, you know what it is? It's not that they're actually someone told me this. They're not actually being hypnotized.
They're being suggested.
No, they're going with the flow because they want to perform.
Peer pressure.
Oh,
like a
okay.
peer pressure.
Okay,
thing.
but
That
they're
makes
not.
sense.
They're not being.
That's
under.
what-
They're just doing what he's telling them to be funny. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you get pulled up there, you're in the spotlight, so you're
Yeah.
gonna play along.
Yeah.
So, you know, 9 out of 10 times they're gonna play along, and then they'll come up to a guy like your.
Yeah, he saw her clucking like a chicken. It's
You
one of
know.
his
I
worst
could not
memories.
see-
It's like,
I could totally
Every
see
time he
the
talks about it, he
level of
goes,
disgust on his face.
he didn't even want to
He's
go
not.
to
He's
the
not. He's so not the
He's
performer.
No, it's not that at all.
He doesn't
no,
want to go on
exactly. Just quiet,
stage. He didn't want to
right.
see the Amazing
You won't even walk
Kreskin.
by the
Laid back.
stage.
Yeah,
Laid back
exactly.
easy.
All right.
Well,
So,
anyway.
and then we're Adam. Thank you,
Adam
for
Henniker.
for producing
here
us
and
today
doing
and
this.
doing all this.
Make sure you subscribe to our show
Yes.
on Twitter.
It's free.
Not Twitter.
Not Twitter.
iTunes.
Free.
It's Chick Chat.
Chick Chat.
Subscribe. It's free. And listen to our shows while you're driving. We're hilarious, you idiot! Thank you.
And we're at the comic strip. Thank you,
And
live
have a
at the
great-
comic strip.
and have a great
Yes.
weekend.
Thank you. Goodbye.